All right,
I was pretty battered.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, I'm ready to click
All right,
along when you are.
I'm gonna transition over mine.
Alrighty.
Woo!
Bam!
All right, we're live.
So live. Hello.
Hello, and welcome back to This Is Not a Toy Stream. I've been away for 2 weeks, and we had last week off. I've been away for 2 weeks. You guys have been away for 1 week. This is the Andrew show right now. All right.
It seemed like such a long time.
Get your tickets. Get live. So apologies that we weren't here last week. We're all back. We've got some special guests tonight. A first timer, some repeat offenders, and as always, a bunch of regulars.
Oh wait.
I finally got around to making a little sting for our long intros, which I'm very happy about. So shall I do that now? We're going to jump right into long intros.
Long intros.
All right, one tick. Is it this button? No, it's not that button. It's this one. Long intro.
Still can't see it.
Everyone who's on Twitch can see it. No one on YouTube can see it.
Well, we've gone multicast. We've also on Facebook now. So, hooray.
So I've also got a little thing up the top with a timer of how long the long intros have been going for. So let's see if we can speed run.
Time our intros now.
How long is our long intro?
Fuck yeah.
That's not how we roll.
18
I
seconds.
want to know for sure.
Heck yeah, buddies. It's not a long intro without a long intro, you know?
Intro, yeah.
Sure. So, I guess let's start with, let's start with tonight's first timer. It's their first time on the stream. Normally, we kind of save them for last. Should we save Shane
Let's save him for last.
All right, we'll save Shane for last. Let's go for, Sam, is it your second time?
The best for last.
Is it
Yeah, this is my second.
Sam?
Yep.
All right. Hello, Sam, Mr. Titty Bean Toys, Kit Bash aficionado. How are you? How are you doing today? What's been happening?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, everyone. I'm just neck deep in just resin and bits and magnets everywhere. It's an absolute chaos, just madness of Michael Myers figures and just bunches of stuff. So, but the main thing is working on some pieces for the show in a couple of weeks. So,
Which show? What show are you talking about?
I'm not sure if you guys. I don't know if you're really in the scene that much, but there's this show going on in. I think it's Preston. I'll send you the invite. Actually, I think there was something on Facebook the other day, so I'll send the invite.
I'd love to go to that.
Yeah.
Heard about Preston.
It's so weird you guys haven't heard about this.
Yeah.
It's all about it, please.
Well, there's a bunch of amazing artists from the Melbourne and Australian scene, and
What scene would that be?
the toy, just everything is
It's funny you should say that because this is not a toy scene.
Oh.
Oh,
What
so
is it?
There you go, into it.
You guys are idiots.
But you're in this show, are you?
I believe so. Yes. So I'm gonna have.
That's awesome.
I've actually got a couple of pieces I could maybe preview.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Get them on. Get them on,
totally
mate.
gonna try to snavel one of your pieces of this show that I've just heard about for the first time.
There's a show.
That's right here.
I realised I didn't have your logo.
Strange.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
What did I just do? Hang on.
Yeah, what did you do, Fletch?
I just put in because I didn't have his logo and now it's just everywhere. Never mind. I'm just doing this live. It's all good.
That looks mad.
Well, we can see that very clearly over here on twitch.tv/ yes, no, maybe beats.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Oh, yeah, dude, that's right.
Are you on mute? Are you on mute, Sam?
No, I think I was just really.
Oh, okay.
Can I see through that
Those are
guy?
good colours.
Yeah,
Crispy.
you probably can. It's an opaque, but yeah, you hold it up to the light. Oh, probably like this way. But it's not like
that's so cool.
Yes.
That's so cool.
and then
love
I've got a
it. Yeah, I love
glittery. I'm not sure if this will come up too well.
I've been following vicariously. Yeah, that one's rad, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, has that got glitter in it?
Is that a clear? Is that like the water clear acrylic?
Yeah, this is.
Or with dye?
Nah, this is pigment. So I think it was turquoise Barnes transparent pigment.
Right.
And then glitter from somewhere, but it's just in 326 resin, and then hit it with some gloss clear coat as well. So I think all the transparent and the glitter ones I hit with clear coat for the show, just because it just gives them that nice pop, especially when they're in the packet as well.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah.
And have you got backwards for you guys?
So I've got 16 will be on backers, and then the rest will just be loose. Or if they were to kind of get sent out after the show, they just come in bags with a pretty kind of standard header, which I don't actually have around me.
That's cool.
I wanted to kind of like push for more carded ones, but yeah, like I think I did a whole bunch for a drop the other day.
What just happened there?
I just want to do a whole bunch of loose ones. That way I can like set them up a bit more rather than rely on having them sort of placed or pinned to the wall. Yeah, so that's me.
That's awesome. And
Very
where to
exciting.
find you on the internet? If I was looking on the internet, if I had never seen this stream before, I mean, if
Hypothetically speaking, you could definitely find me on Instagram at TiddyBeanToys. So at TIDDYBEANTOYS. I also have an Etsy store, which is Etsy/TiddyBeanToys or something. I should know the.
such a catchy name. I love it.
Thank you.
Where did the name Tiddy Bean come from?
Yeah.
A quote out of Rick and Morty. So it was an episode where there is, I think it's Vindicators 3 or something, and it's like a pet name between two sort of side characters, and me and my partner just thought it was hilarious, so we started calling each other that, and then needed something for like a toy company. I was just like, Tiddy Bean Toys, it just kind of rolls, and I really didn't expect it to kind of go anywhere. I was like, yeah, two people will think this is funny, and then I'll probably get, lose interest or get distracted by another hobby, and then it just exploded. So, and I haven't been able to stop since.
The logo's a brain, so you've got Tiddy Bean Toys on the brain, I guess.
That's it. Thanks for noticing. A lot of people think it's a cloud, and I'm like,
Cloud? No, that's a
brain.
brain.
Yeah.
I know what a brain looks like when it's got Tiddy Bean Toys written on it.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I guess let's go on to. So we're 6 minutes and 25 seconds in.
Not that you're counting.
I'm not counting. The counter's counting. I downloaded a specific program to get that thing working. So
Very good.
don't say I don't do nothing for you. All right, Fletch.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Speaking of,
Pretty sure I never said that.
Fletch, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing okay. So it's been a good bit. I don't know if I showed you guys, but I actually casted a whole bunch of the Robo I Am Kampung.
I could see some chickens lying around your table.
Yeah.
that's
So
all.
honestly,
Tell us.
probably not a very exciting thing tonight. I've got to clean these up for painting. But I'll just show you. I'll move my camera. I don't know if I'll get to this tonight, but I'm currently in painting hell over there. It's painting and brewing hell, but I've got my airbrush set up and all that kind of stuff. So I might move over there. Just depends on if I can be bothered and if I get the stuff cleaned up. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm Factor from Irikeji Toys. I just do YouTube videos and make toys and stuff. And yeah, mate, I'm just gonna I got to clean these up before I paint them. So yeah, that's me.
You got some color schemes planned for those ones?
Because
Sorry, that intro was too quick for my liking.
Yeah, true. Look, I'll just go and grab some of. So look, I'm gonna experiment. They're all gonna be different color schemes. So I don't know if I showed any of these. So this one, I put up a resin casting video and I was casting these. So kind of working with some colours and, because, look, I had AJ come over on the weekend because, guys, like my painting is very basic. I do block painting, so I really want to start kind of branching out and learning how to paint better. So I put a black wash on this and it worked out really well. So now I'm just going to go and do some, just experiments.
I got to get you into some dips. Dips are the way of the future.
Well, yeah, Herbie, I really want to ask you some stuff as well because I want to do like some dry brush on this. I'll do the airbrushing and stuff first. I'll do like the wash and stuff and then do the airbrushing and then I don't know, dry brushing. I've never done dry brushing before. So.
And get some super nice dry brushing brushes. Your makeup brush amazing.
I have this
makeup brushes are some of the best things.
Dry brushing what? Sorry?
If you're dry brushing, makeup brushes are one of the best things in the world to dry brush.
I've been told, AJ told me that this brush here is awesome for dry brushing.
Yeah, also any of the large buttons.
Hang on. It's like, hang on. It's like flat, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Flat on the top.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, flat on the top like that.
Control.
Yeah. Apparently that's really good for dry brushing, I've been told. So.
But the makeup brushes have softer bristles.
Yep. Okay.
It avoids the hard lines that some dry brushing or wipes can generate. So if you want a really graded, like you can get airbrush-like effects if you have a nice set of really good makeup brushes. They're actually reasonably expensive. Like they're like for $30 or $40 you can get a set.
Dude, I know how much makeup brushes are. I have bought makeup brushes for people before.
But as somebody who's spent a reasonable portion of my life as a professional war games miniature painter, I can tell you all about painting techniques for models.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to probably hit you up sometime in the next week or two. And honestly, maybe even if you're here and you have time to come over and hang out for a little bit. Yeah, man. You're going to be here pretty soon. We might as well go to Herbie now because it's segueing into him.
Where's my Andrew introduction?
True.
And now we have Mr. Oh, I pushed the wrong button.
No.
Button again.
Where's my sting?
I'll get there.
My sting!
No. Wait a minute. Do I not have a button for you, Herbie? There we go.
Hi, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and gribblies, goblins and creeps in the world. I am Herbert Peppard. I am Cephalopede Creations, and I'm super, super, super pumped for the show, which is going to be opening up on the 19th of November in eager anticipation of this show. I am going to be flying down to Melbourne a full week early from Sydney. I will be there Monday the 15th, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and my plan is to have 2 more toys finished between now and then, one of which I'm working on right now. And on the very first stream that we did, I made this dryad, which was a suggestion of our lovely friend Fletch here from Irukandji. I was like, what kind of monster girl should I make today? And he's like, make a dryad. And so over first two streams, I sculpted up this dryad. And I'm like, this dryad, it needs to be a part of a set. And I believe Rachie was here when we were even talking about what accompanying figurines we should have in that set. And I think I finally settled on a companion mushroom lady that's like larger, and it's like those tall mushrooms with a broad hat, and have like kind of a Venus in the, or sort of like when they have those little vignettes where the Mary is sort of like peeling away the outer side of the window and like the Virgin Mary is kind of appearing inside. So just having kind of a mushroom lady sort of coming out from the skin of the inside of the stem of the mushroom as a larger sort of cover. And then in the foreground, I'm making or just fleshed out this little frog guardian kind of guy, creature. You know, frogs are what do they call it? Androgynous, not androgynous. What's the thing where they've got both genders?
Amphibians?
No, that's being able to be on land and sea.
Hermaphrodite?
That's the one. Frogs are hermaphroditic, or they have the
hermaphrodite.
To change.
Nature will find a way.
Yeah, we all get there eventually. To change their sex, but you know.
Well, that's yeah.
This
Jurassic Park taught us all of this.
So I'm making a little frog guardian. I've just in the last few minutes just roughed out the position, the shape, and I found this little sword that used to belong to this other toy. And I don't know. We can play the identification game. Does anyone know what playset and or toy line this figurine is from?
Hang on, show me.
It's
Mighty Max?
I don't know. Oh, it's a little bat thing.
There's a monster in my pocket.
No, it's not a monster in my pocket, I don't think, because it's a hard plastic.
Hard, so it's not Mighty Max.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be Mighty Max.
I reckon it's Mighty Max too, but I'm not sure. I can't.
Wait, did you quiz us and not know the answer?
He said identification. He wanted to identify.
It has no. I'm just pulling the blue tack off the bottom because it's been living on my monitor, so I had some blue tack on the bottom. It has no identifying markings on it, so I think that it is probably from a Mighty Max playset. But it had this cool sword, and I'm like, well, I could carve a sword all by myself, or I could just steal this sword. Just like they used to do in the old days of making toys, where they would steal body parts and torsos from other toy lines and repurpose them into new toy lines.
Like every toy of the 80s.
So I'm exploring the wonderful world of plagiarism.
It's not plagiarism.
Oh, yeah.
It's inspiration and reusing beautiful things to make more beautiful things.
Well, this is not a toy. As
It's remixing.
Most importantly stipulated on many occasions, and I'd like to reiterate that this is not a toy, and so I am not engaging in a commercial endeavor. I am making an art piece, and it is a limited edition art piece, and it may be a limited edition of like 300, but whatever. That's not many by comparison to the 100,000 pieces that most toy companies push out. If you are interested in seeing more of my photos, bits and pieces, stuff and things, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I think I even have a Twitter, but I just automatically post there through my other things. So, joy. But if you really want to see me, come down to the great, great, great gallery that is in Preston that we were just talking about, and you can see a wonderful window display. Yeah, in Preston. Preston.
I'm in Preston.
And it's called the I think
Sensorium.
Well, I mean,
But
there's
yes,
no one better qualified to talk about this. What was it? The sensor saga. But
It's
maybe
the Sensorium, and here I am at Sensorium.
Oh, here we go, Sensorium resident herself, Rachie.
Hi, everyone. Yep, it's going to be here. I'm going to just actually spin on my chair and show you where
Yeah, give us a
Yeah.
tour.
the studio.
Oh, look at that.
Studio looks dope.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's me spin. Hang on, I have to go the other way. I'm caught on a cord. Oh, wow. So I decided to work down here tonight so you can kind of see where we're working. Plus, I got all the materials here because it is ultimately an art therapy studio. So we've got everything that you could possibly need. I am in the middle of finishing all my half-finished toys that I was working on when I was here a couple of weeks ago. So I'm still pretty much at the same point because every single thing of mine has gotten to the boring bit. So
What's the boring
procrastination is rife around
What's the boring
here.
bit for you? What's the boring bit for you?
It's usually never the boring bit because I do it quickly, right? But I started half of these back in 2019 for our show we were supposed to do back then. No, sorry, 2020. I started these. So the ideas part is the fun bit, and everything after that just slowly gets more boring until the end. So the ideas part is over, and I can't really start anything new because I have to finish what I started. So I've been just making these little blob guys and painting them.
I hear you've gone through that honeymoon phase of like, oh, this is cool, I'm putting it all together, and now you have the piece, and it's like, now I have to clean it up.
Yeah,
now I have to paint it. Now I have to...
Yeah, and also last time I was on, I was I had my. I highlighted the fact I hadn't done any planting Oh, I monkeyed.
Oh, the monkey
Say that
thing.
again.
So I was doing my Kitsune character last time, and I hadn't put much planning into it. So I had to work out how to attach my tails. I managed to do that last night. So
how'd you do it?
I just did my original plan, and it worked in the end.
Perfect. So tell us about the original plan.
It just wasn't dry yet, but it's kind of working good enough. So now I just have to
magnets or glue?
Magnets. So on the Kitsune I put metal, and then on the tails I put magnets.
Cool.
And that seems to be working okay. Only the Kitsune has 9 tails and only about 6 fit on there because there's not enough room on the So I might have to create some smaller tails. So anyway,
maybe it's just gone through 3 of its lives, Rachie.
What was that?
It might have just gone through 3 of its lives already. Now it's only got 6 lives left.
The whole idea of the Kitsune is the Kitsune earns its tails as it gets wiser. So that's telling me that it hasn't hit ultimate wisdom yet.
Excellent. There's always room for improvement.
So, maybe they're the first step, and maybe next show I'll launch the 9-tailed because with the ultra wisdom, maybe it's setting the scene for something new. The other thing that I'm working on is the new idea. That's the fun bit. So I just made this little guy the other day. I've been making these little guys, pom-poms. Just those
so
pom-poms
cool.
that you get from Spotlight. But then I found a cool technique where you can just put polymer clay straight onto it and then heat it with a heat gun.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last time, right?
Yeah, so I
so
managed
rad.
to do that. And now, so tonight, because I wanted to do something fun, I am doing another one. I'm not sure what this face is going to do. I've done this beaky kind of thing for the first 5 minutes. And now I have this array of eyes. There's like about 50 different eyes, and I don't know which ones. So there's big eyes, there's creepy bloodshot eyes.
Oh, yep.
So I'm just trying on 6 billion different eyes and trying to work out which is the best. This one's the cutest, but they look like those what are they called? Those collectible ones with the big eyes that kids have. I don't really want to copy that, so they're out. So experiments tonight. I will keep you posted on what's going on with that.
The way you held it up with that eye looked like a cyclops.
This eye, the big one?
With just one eye in the middle looks pretty
One
cool.
eye would be good, actually. I've actually got, one eye is good. Okay, this might be a one-eyed guy.
We've got Chris in the chat, Rachie.
Yeah, we got Cube in the chat too.
We got MrCitizen.com in the chat.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, Christopher. How are you? I guess we're 21 minutes into our long intros. So let's move on to, I guess, the next person in line. Second to last place, we have Mr. Let me find you. I've rearranged all my buttons. I can't remember where anyone is. Here we go. Mr. Nick, how are you?
Mr. Nick.
Great.
How's the frantic sculpting and casting and diorama building going for you?
Yeah, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're killing it. I've been looking at your stuff like the last week or two. You're killing it, man. You're getting heaps done.
So I've finished sculpting my 4 characters, which are these guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm on
Yeah,
awesome.
man. It's so cool.
And they're in pieces right now. So actually their arms are separate because I'm not going to cast them like that. But,
So you're casting them in pieces?
Yeah.
Pieces, or
The arms, I think of doing a tree of arms, and just
Yep.
casting them up.
Yeah.
The thing is though, the way I built the first 2, I cannot separate their heads from their bodies, so I'm gonna have to cast it like that. But the last 2 that I built their heads separately so that I don't have to. Like, I'm really worried about
chop
this.
it off. You could chop their heads off.
Yeah, I'll chop it off of the first cast.
Show me the head attached to the body and how you want to cast it.
Well, the thing is, okay, so this one has a wire all the way through, and she's made out of super sculpty foam. So if I tried sawing it, but there's an incredibly thick wire inside of it, so it would damage. So
Dude,
I'm
Cast. And then
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Then
You could just
split up the cast. Yeah.
You can
That's
cast
what
the
I was
cast.
thinking.
You can do the cast around it, or you can do.
Cast
Do you know what I mean? Like you can hold it, you can suspend it, right? So oh shit,
Yeah.
hang on. So I've got super glue. Take your piece, right? You got the head, and you could just cast the head, like in silicon, right? You don't need to take the piece apart. Just cast the head in silicon, suspend it, and then pull the silicon around it in the.
But
vessel.
then, like, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but then you just cut the extra resin off when you cast it. You know what I mean?
All right.
Suspend it above, like make your little thing
Yeah,
out of
you
Lego.
just use an oil clay. You can just use oil clay
Yeah,
to make a shelf that extends from just
Correct.
the shoulder line of the toy,
That's
and
it.
then I would actually just build the whole box for the head in oil clay. I'd get like the softest oil clay or plasticine you can get your hands on, and I often just make mold boxes out of plasticine because one of the things I hate about mold making is just the amount of waste that comes from the process. So the more I can use, the better.
Are you saying to bury her like?
So if I'm
just bury her head. Just put her head in the silicon and pull the silicon around the.
If I'm holding
around the
this
head.
toy here, and I'm going to use my clay, and I'm just going to go just beneath the head around the shoulder line, and I'm going to build it. Goes like this, and then once I've got a solid shelf around here, I'm just going to make a little box that wraps
around her head.
I'm just going to pour the silicon in that top part, and then I've got a mold of the head.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great idea as well. I was more
That's
thinking
awesome.
of like.
Thank you for that.
I was more thinking of like doing something like you have your mold thing here, and then you suspend here, and you can actually like suspend this on Lego strut, and then just suspend, and then just pour the silicon in up to the headline.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that before as well. So that's the other way you can do it. So you don't need to cut it up or anything like that, and you can still do it because you want to have your heads interchangeable on those, right? That'd be cool.
No, it wasn't the plan, but I want them to. Okay, here's the controversial thing I'm going to say, and you guys are going to go, "Oh, no way." I was researching and thinking.
No way! Mate.
Oh my god, you were researching? No, don't do that.
What? That scared the shit out. I don't know what that sound was. It sounded like someone had like hacked in and started going, "Oh, mate!" Like, what the fuck's happening?
But I'm looking at I got a nail, and I was looking at the end of it, and I'm thinking, could that be a joint to put my arms and my head on? And I'm thinking, how can I? I'm drawing
it could
here
be
and
just a peg
designing
joint. You mean just
and
like
I
a
don't
peg joint?
know. I got that. Remember, Fletch, we were talking about this ages ago, and you told me that resin grinds itself down.
It smooths out, yeah.
So
that's why you can't
eventually,
do good joints.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was like, what could I do to combat that? Because I've got a whole bunch of flex cast here, and which I could make a little rubber washer or something. You know what I mean? And now I'm thinking that's too ambitious or whatever. I don't know.
You can always just get some off-the-shelf components and put it inside the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rather than
you
trying to
mean like
reinvent the
and I was
wheel.
thinking about this, like this nail, right? For example, this nail, the top of it looks like something I'd want as a an arm joint. But
Give it a go, man.
is like,
Let us know how it goes. That's. We have Aaron in chat, Shane, and he says, "Nice hat."
My connection.
Well, give it a go, Nick. See how it goes. Like, just experiment with it. You know.
I mean, there's not a lot of time, so I'm drawing this up right now, and I'm thinking about all my plans. The other thing is, I did a few tests, and I tested out that red resin idea that I had with this baby head.
Okay.
So I had this stupid baby looking cast thing that I had, and I spray painted it black, which you can't see. And then this is the effect I want for the rock guy. So
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
carve,
that's good.
I'd scratch away the paint in the grooves. Yeah. So yeah, all my supplies came today, and now it's real.
And now you're broke.
Now it's like... well, I put it all on credit, so...
Now you're going to be broke.
Buy your stuff, everyone.
Yeah. Right. I guess we're just on the cusp. Just on the cusp of 30 minutes.
Oh,
I think it's the perfect time to introduce our first timer, straight out of Adelaide. It is Mr. Shane. What's your last name, Shane? Harding?
Haddy. I
Hadding.
answer to many things.
Close enough. Mr. Hints and
Haddy.
Spices himself. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's great seeing everybody on here doing all different things. I haven't really got anything for anybody to see me making. I kind of
That's
Just-
fine.
in my shed in the space that I've recently set up, and I'm just getting back to base to actually have somewhere to make.
Oh, so this is your new little workshop area.
Yeah. So like, I've got like this cool. Let me grab the camera. I'm a bit worried that my internet connection's messed up out here. But it's cool, like stainless steel bench for my resin casting, so it's easier.
Awesome.
That's
Then
cool.
it's just a shed. I don't know if I've cut out now, but then like I've got a carpeted area for everything, a whole bunch of boxes and stuff.
Ooh,
Machines,
And,
bunch of vinyl.
Yeah, a bunch of what are these
Gadget
blue
machines.
and white things we got on the screen right here?
Yeah, what are they?
Yeah, machines. I've got like 10 of them. I bought them a
What?
while ago. Let me hug one.
So
Let me hug
This
one.
one. This one I prepared earlier.
So cool.
That's so cool.
I don't know if I'm saying it. Here we go. Look at this. That's pretty
Where'd
cool.
you get those from?
It's very cool. Are they straight out of Japan?
These ones, I think they're Chinese made. They're Japanese ones are nice, but yeah, it's just the similar ones. But there was a Gachapon store. Like, whoops, I'm gonna put this down so it doesn't follow me. There was a store that opened up a few years ago, and I think it was just set up as someone's, like, they were a business student, and I talked to them, and they're like, "Hey, I'm closing up my shop." I think they opened up as part of their time while they were in Australia. They were an international student. And they're like, "Hey, I'm selling them all. Do you want them?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Get it in.
So I bought them.
We need one of those guys.
Well, we need them to set up in the Adelaide exhibition that's coming up in March.
February.
Feb.
Mostly in February. I looked it up. Well, Fringe is in February.
So we could be there, right?
I annoyingly, I've got a bunch of questions for Shane in a second,
I have
but
so many questions for Shane.
I annoyingly don't think I can go to Adelaide for the Fringe
Oh no!
because I have to work because I'm the assistant manager at my work, and the manager will be overseas, which is bananas to me that someone will be overseas, but they'll be overseas.
Wow.
And
But
then
screw that hippie.
the last weekend of Fringe, I have on the same day 2 weddings of like very close friends, and they're not like both in Melbourne. One's like out in Kings Lake or whatever, and the other one's out near Heathcote. So
You can do that in one day.
yeah, fly to Adelaide, come back to Heathcote, and then go to Kings Lake.
What is it with you and your friends getting married? It's
I don't know. They're all in their
It's just
30s.
that age. Isn't it?
Andrew, Shane wasn't the last one. You didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, hey, I'm Andrew.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
Are we? Is this it? Are we finished with the long intros?
No, because
long intro.
Hey, I'm Andrew doesn't nearly cover what you're doing here and who you are.
All right. My name is Andrew, aka Yes No Maybe Beats, aka Yes No Maybe Toys. It's called. It's what's the word? It's called vertical integration. Look it up.
Isn't that what you do with IKEA benches?
Yeah, you integrate them vertically. No, that's a loft. What you do with a loft bed?
You're thinking about pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Ponzi's.
Ponzi. What a legend. Good old mate.
We
Ponzi.
work more on the trapezoid.
Love the Adelaide Mall.
What's that?
I need to get a drink.
Great. Andrew, quick talk.
Yes. Yeah. Hey. So my name's Andrew. I make toys as well as all these other people that are on the screen. I like
To
making.
actually say what I make.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry. That'll be the next thing we talk about. I make toys out of resin mostly. Does anyone have a question for me?
What toys are you making now?
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm going to try and sculpt over this resin cast of a Han Solo. I'm using it mostly as an armature for scale reference. I was thinking I would be one of those people that recycles ideas and make a miniature Leech Ent. Because I couldn't think of anything to sculpt, and I thought, well, if I was going to sculpt anything tonight, just make a 3 3/4 scale Leech Ent that could go in a little blister. So I've got this Han Solo to use as a armature. Yeah. So I'll just sculpt over the top of it. I'll rough it up a bit with some sandpaper so that the clay I'm just going to use oil clay, adheres to it decently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of it for me tonight. And also, pressing buttons, making cool stuff like this happen.
Things look
Make Taylor Swift come out and gesture at a crotch with an explosion sound. We've got Ham Hunter in the chat. Hello, Ham Hunter. How are you? How is the ham hunting going? Fruitful yield, I hope. Oh, and Shed Quarter Creations is also in the chat. Hello.
Nice.
And we got Cube over
so
on.
that's me.
Yeah, we've got Cube over on YouTube as well.
Oh, cool.
Well, you know
Ham
what?
Hunter?
All these people are going to want to know all the dirty things, all the facts, all of the nitty-gritty about what the hell this Shane guy makes.
Yeah.
What's your handle, Shane? What do you go by on the internet? Is it really Shane, or is that just a front for some secret toy like?
It is a front, but yeah, it's I don't know what I'm trying to hide though. But I go by Hints&Spices, and I've been doing work since 2009.
Yeah, you started
Long time.
You started ages ago.
Yeah. So there really wasn't much any scene back then, and there wasn't any way to connect with people besides good old forums before social media really took off. But it would have been really cool to have what you guys have got going back then to really be able to connect with people. The only people I was able to connect with, like in America and Japan, which is great in a way because that's where I continued on and actually made some toys. So I've got a couple of vinyl toys in production that I make. Here's like one little guy here. It's a white vinyl piece. I don't know if it's going to show up because it's white.
Koala.
Yeah, Koala.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
here he is.
Oh, Ham Hunter, you are in for a treat tonight.
I know, it's in my collection box.
Shane, I don't have any of your pieces, which bothers me. I was looking at a bunch yesterday. I was at our mutual friend Matt Williams' house yesterday.
Yep.
And I was looking at your prototype for the frog cake. Do you want to tell us a bit about the frog cake?
He's got so the frog cake. Let me see if I've got one right here. So one of the hardest things with what I've got here is I've recently moved, so everything's in boxes.
You don't know where shit is.
I have no idea where anything is, but I'm pretty sure I've got one. Now, give me a second. So hopefully you can hear me talk.
Yeah.
Now, for anybody playing at home or anyone at all, in South Australia, we have this national icon, which is called the frog cake. It's not really national. It's like a South Australian.
Yeah.
You call that state icon?
State icon.
Yeah.
Is it actually a
stational?
A cake made out of frogs?
It's here we go. Cool. Yeah, I've got one. This one has some paint issues on it, but it's basically for a stream. It'll look fine. Here we go. This is a frog cake.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Can you buy them at the bakery or something? What's the deal?
Yeah. So the story of the frog cake is it's actually 99 years old now, and it's made by Balfour's Bakery.
That's what I thought.
And Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible tasting cake. It is like on the inside of it, it's just sponge cake, some strawberry jam, and the head of it on the actual real version is made of cream, and then fondant poured all over the top of it, and it is so sweet. It's disgusting.
It's too sweet. The only way, so I spent 7 years in Adelaide, and the only way I could think of to make it taste any good was to make it into a frothing frog, and that's where you take a can of whipped cream, you shove it down the frog's mouth, and then just the
roadkill.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, continue.
Alternatively,
I thought the only way to enjoy it was not to eat it, but
or just smoke a lot of weed and you're not gonna fucking care, right?
It's but like just as a South Australian thing, it's like not many people eat it at all, but everybody loves it in a way.
Everyone knows it. Yeah.
Everybody knows about it.
Pie floaters.
Like a lot of
Australian
classic Australian cuisine, it doesn't taste too good, but people know it. You know?
Well, dude, Lamington was like a stale.
Yeah, Lamington, not good.
Yeah.
Shared Quarter Creations has said covered in frogdent.
We miss you, Shared.
Just as a piece, like they were going to stop production of the real frog cakes, and everybody complained, and then they made it. And it's actually it's a heritage icon of South Australia. Like it's actually listed.
God.
So the really cool thing about this is that I've worked with Balfour's directly as a licensed piece.
Oh my God.
And I made a vinyl version.
Are they okay with you saying it tastes like crap?
No, I thought it was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
So that's a vinyl piece. Where's that production?
Yeah.
China?
This was Japan. This is made in Japan.
So soft vinyl, Sofubi.
It's a soft vinyl, Sofubi. Yep. And interesting. Like one of the things is like I took a bit of a risk on making the cupcake liner in vinyl because being so flat as well.
Yeah.
You do have this use of potential not being able to be made that well. But you got to take a risk. So I got the big one. And I've got a miniature one as well. Now, so I've got these, and one of the hardest things is I've got a whole batch now. Like last year, bit of coronavirus, production kind of held. Australian shipping was really bad, so finally got some earlier this year. But yeah, with everything, it's just getting around to being able to paint them all and package them and everything.
So with these... Had you planned on these for TTF before it got cancelled, or is it for next year anyways?
I've been out for a while.
On the back of it, on the bottom of it, it says 2019.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things when you actually make a tool that has it embedded in the tooling. So that's when it first came out, 2019. But it's looking like I'll have because I want to be able to continuously have them available. So I'm just at the moment I'm trying to be ahead of.
I was thinking about this yesterday. Well, two things real quick. Have we finished our long intros?
I think our long intros are finished. Didn't we decide that earlier?
No, I'm just gonna.
Technically, we just saved the best or the newest long intro for last.
Yeah. So that concludes our.
I would say that at this point we are officially segueing.
Long intros.
So, guys, what's our theme tonight? I was thinking about this earlier.
Frogs, because I'm making a frog, and we just got shown a frog cake. I like
frog.
Yes,
frogs. This is a good craft theme.
What about cultural icons?
No, frogs.
I know nothing about frogs.
Google.
Eyeballs. Frogs and eyeballs.
Frogs and eyeballs.
My friend Callum has a tattoo of a frog on his arm.
Man,
I used to have a green tree frog that lived in my toilet.
There's this great Lovecraftian deity called Todsogla. It's like this giant hairy toad with teeth. It's so cool. It's like huge. It's like the size of a building. And it's got teeth.
Eyeballs.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
Anyways, Shane, I was trying to remember where I first met you. Did I meet you in Taiwan, or did I meet you before that?
You know,
So I know we were chatting before that, but I
think we
can't
may
remember.
have met each other a
think we
long
did.
time ago in like just street art.
Yeah,
In
I think so
Adelaide,
too.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think so too.
Are we talking about when
Some
we
kind
first
of
met
freak
Shane?
at some point.
Yeah, I was trying to remember when I first met Shane.
I first met Shane.
I remember.
We were in Japan together, and we were arguing over the last gachapon that was in a particular machine.
Did we?
Yeah.
And who won?
I can't remember. We were very drunk. I think you ran away with the machine, and that was the first one in your collection.
Ah, yes.
So you guys have met. There you go.
Which creature, Ham Hunter? What is the creature a size of a building called?
Todsogua.
Ah, Todd.
Is it a frog?
It is a giant fur. It appears most commonly as a giant furry toad with teeth.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this theme, but I'm trying to think. Has there ever been a transformer? Because sorry, it has to always come back Transformers with me. Has there ever been a transformer that is a frog?
Surely. There's got to. Let's.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never. I don't think I've ever seen. Maybe it's like Amphibiacon.
I don't know of any.
Or
a Beast Wars frog. It was
well, you know what came the creatures. The Quintesson creature was close to a frog with the mouth and the. Oh damn!
Yeah,
it's not really a frog, but I've got one inside. It's not really a frog, but it's like kind of a froggish looking thing.
Are you talking about the guards? That...
Do you know what I'm talking about? No.
There is a crocodile transformer.
I have to go. I have to go inside and get it.
Go look for it.
Yeah, those are crocodiles.
How do you spell it, Herbie? Can you type it in chat?
I can. Let me get into chat. I've been lazy and I haven't been in chat.
That's fine.
Let me go there now. To my.
Shane, we met at the Xenoplasm show.
Yes.
A while back. That was ages ago. I need to get Pete on the show. Pete, come on the show.
Pete, come on the show. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Pete's pressure. So the frog. So was it just purely with the frog cake? Was it just sort of like what made you want to make that as a toy?
What was it? So, I think it was 2018. So this is a long journey, this one. That's why I'm not too, fussed. One of the biggest things with making vinyl over all the years is not being too fussed about doing a massive release as soon as possible, because it just takes time to get everything.
How many pieces have you done now in Soft Fun?
So just myself, I have helped produce some, but me, I've got one Elephant, which is my first one, which I wish I could grab and go, here you go. And Koala and Sweetie Chan were done together. Here's like a dodgy paint version of her.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then I've got the frog cake. I've got the other one here. I'll go grab it.
There's also the
Small version.
the mini ones, the mini
Mini.
koalas.
Oh yeah, I've got them as well. Yeah, I don't know where I've got any of them though.
So guys, this is the transformer I was talking about. It's not really a frog, but it's still one of the best. It's still one of the Sharktacon. Yeah, okay, it's not a frog, but look, it looks kind of like a. Yeah, it's one of the best transformers ever, dude.
What is that?
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got something if we're talking frogs.
Yeah, here's a mini one.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've got one Elephant. I've got Koala and Sweetie Chan, and yes, as was mentioned, I've got a micro koala, which is a small version of that. Sadly, I don't have it here. Once again, everything's packed up still. Yeah, it is like that. They're good size together, so I'm going to do a release together.
Yeah.
Here's the mini frog cake. It's got its own little cake liner as well, which I've got it accessible at the moment. But this is pretty cool. This is like vinyl in one shot there. So.
Was that the pan? Sorry, it was just a bit.
Whoa, this is just a pull of the vinyl where it's all
nice.
collected together.
Yeah.
So this is with the heads and the bodies of. It's always fun to have.
Oh, is that the actual mold?
It's
Yeah,
a full pull. Full pull.
That's the pull.
Yeah, full pull. Like some, it's not really necessary to have them connected, but when the vinyl pulls on top of the tooling, it comes out like that. But yeah,
So
the frog cake's a very long journey. Back in 2018, I went to. Was it 2000? In 2018, I went to Balfour's and I'm like, "Hey, I love your frog cake. I want to make a toy." And they said, "You make toys? We'd like you to make a toy." And I'm like, "Okay."
That kind of works.
Yeah, that works. And they wanted to have for a Christmas release of just what do you call them? The tree hangers, the baubles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they wanted just ornaments for the tree, and made a whole bunch of resin pieces for it. 100 of them. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to cough again.
Did they sell like frog cakes?
They gave them away as a Christmas surprise thing. Yeah, it was a whole promotion thing.
Oh wow! I would have loved to have gotten one of those as a giveaway.
Oh, the resin ones were a lot of fun. It was a real. Excuse me.
There actually is a frog transformer, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking throw it right now.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Spring Load.
Sure is.
Is it
I don't know
G1
what's
or is
Load.
like
It looks terrible, but it is actually a legit. This isn't gonna work, is it?
Spring load transformer.
It's not gonna work. Yeah, sorry, can't show you.
Oh wow!
I'm looking at
It's
Wow,
fucking,
that's awful.
it's so fucking bad. It's so
Jump
bad. I
that.
think
it's
like
one of the
That's
new ones.
so good. I love it. Oh,
I
there's
love
a
it because it's
Lego
so
one
bad as well. I actually want one now.
Is that real Lego? No,
That's
that's
pretty
got to
cool.
be.
That's his.
It's
that's
probably
the-
it's probably $5 on eBay because it's so bad. But now I want it.
Yeah, and now we're gonna raise that price up. Bam, 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 bam.
Man, okay, so what edition is that from?
I
what's in
don't know.
disguise. It's like,
So Shane, you talked about
I'm
doing
sorry,
some
they
production.
they did a
I'm
remake.
still coughing like crazy here.
Me too, man.
I don't know if you've seen, like, man, no, there's if you so I followed.
Oh shit! It's $200.
What?
And it's not even like it's a one-step changer. It's not even like that old. It's I think it's like maybe Gen
26.
I don't know. I wish I could.
Hey, the frog market is huge. You get into that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you
$200.
just gotta find all those frog suckers in the world. They stick to things like nobody's business.
My mum was a real frog person, and like in the typical sense that people would just buy a frog-themed things for her birthday, and she got really sick of it.
Frogs. It
She
started
got
with soap.
so sick of it. She's
That
like,
always
sick of all
happens
these
when
fucking
people
frogs.
think
Like, you
And then
started
suddenly there were
with-
frogs and there were more. Hey Shane, you were talking about production before and that you'd done some other production. Have you helped other people make toys and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that I've done is like a major percentage of work that I've done in production is just getting prototyping made.
Yeah.
Which has helped just like mostly like client-based stuff. So I do some client design work. I've jumped between many different things in regards to toys, trying to chase going, hey, can I do this part full time? Can I do that? But yeah, mostly, yeah, a lot of the stuff I've done have never gone through to full production, which is always a shame. So I've done a lot of tooling for people in China. Get the tooling, made, and then no production comes from it.
Right,
then,
why is that, do you think? Is it just because they run out of money, or is it like that just
The
doesn't
biggest-
happen? Or
the biggest thing that I've come across, because a lot of the productions, this is the hardest thing, when you don't want to talk about things where you're with other people, but I mean, like the hardest things here, it's mostly money. But the biggest thing that is the issue is just not knowing how the final version is going to come out without paying the money ahead of it. So, like, money is the biggest thing, but until you put that forward, it's really hard to convince like clients that it's actually going to be a successful piece at the very end. And that's probably mostly due to the fact that when I'm trying to convince a client to go forward on a production, it is a very large cost, and like, hey, cost is a thing, but we really want to be able to have the finished product in front of us before we go through to it. It's like, hey, we can get your prototype, but this is going to change and that's going to change. So that was some of the stuff that happened in 2019, which was a bit hard to move forward on. And then I had some stuff in 2020 as well that was going to be interesting. Actually, did some plush toy design, which was new for me. But that case is that was a pure money thing in that regards, because didn't want to go forward due to like reissuing funds and around the coronavirus and everything like that.
Yeah.
Most people just backed out really quickly on that type of stuff.
Had to, people had to conserve money. People at the beginning of it, everybody's worried about work and jobs, and as it went,
that's it. Like, we've been lucky in South Australia, but over in Melbourne, we've had a lot of fun.
Oh, well, we had time to make toys.
Yeah.
Although we're all still fucking scrambling to get toys done for an exhibition in 2 weeks, even though we've been...
That's because all of our inspiration slips out your ear hole because we're in lockdown and there's no sensory input, which equals no inspiration.
I've kind of committed to the fact that I'm only going to have old stuff to show at that.
I'm very committed to that cause.
That's right. I'm very committed to that.
Whack a lick of paint on that leech ant and I'm good to go.
But I mean, I have some stuff that I sent up to display in Taiwan. So did you send stuff up to display in Taiwan as well, Shane? In a little cabinet thing
for the
last
one? Year?
Yeah. So I did the same. So I guess they're new. Nobody's seen them. Nobody's seen them here. So
I sent frog cakes up to sell for that one.
Oh, nice.
And everybody was like, "What are these?"
Well,
our sales didn't do well. I think
that frog hat is really good.
Because of this hangout that we do every Monday. That's the only reason why I've actually got new stuff. But I've got 3 new dice charms. I've got 3 brand new dice guardians, and I've got this
right. I mean, because I was working on the I Am Kampung, and I guess I got it done. So yeah, you're right. This was made in our first Toy Jam, just in the middle of that. Didn't we have a little break where we managed to catch up between lockdowns? And
I couldn't come for some reason.
Yeah. So I guess okay, I got shit done.
It was just generally a lot sparser than when we were having regular shows. I mean, everything was just starting to kick off. But you know what's really good is that we've all had time to stop, think about it, relax, and I'm really excited about next year's lineup of shows, and hell, this year's lineup of shows.
If it hadn't been for lockdown, guys, we wouldn't be doing this stream.
I just had an availability open up at Mothership Studios for the weekend of the 11th and 12th of December. I'm wondering if we just do a pop-up This Is No Toy Scene exhibition just before Christmas there.
That's my birthday weekend, so I'm happy to go up there and...
Yeah, Lewis.
Move to that day. The Comic-Con is finally on.
Is coming.
Oh, is it?
Day.
Yeah. It's on the 10th and the 11th.
How many of our people are actually going to go to Comic-Con?
Well, I have a whole bunch of kids to take. I bought tickets for them.
Oh, is it the Melbourne Comic-Con?
AJ's just jumped in the chat and says, "Has anyone mentioned Godzilla?"
Oh,
yeah.
Well, You're not here, man. We got close to talking about kaiju. We got close when we were talking about. Is there a frog kaiju? AJ, is there a frog kaiju?
AJ, there's a frog kaiju. You need to tell us about the frog kaiju.
Is there a frog kaiju?
Ah, very good. There's got to be a frog kaiju, right?
At least one.
Well, there has to be. There's a kaiju of everything, so there has to be a frog kaiju.
I've got my monster clay.
Is there a town in Japan? So every Japanese town usually has a mascot.
Yeah, is there a Japanese or yokai kind of.
Yeah.
Or the the frog with the coin in its mouth. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's a Chinese thing, though, right?
It's a what?
Coin. I think it's like a good luck. Brings money. I'm not.
Did you say it's a communist thing?
Communist.
Sorry.
It's
a communist frog. Okay?
It's a red frog.
It brings us communism.
No,
it's a red arrow frog.
Okay. There's an Ultraman frog.
Is there?
That makes more sense.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a frog monster in Power Rangers, but Power Rangers just does not count.
My favorite Power Rangers monster is the pig. The pig
Mine was
monster.
the squid thing.
Oh, so good. He's wearing like a knight helmet, like a centurion kind of helmet with like the big like mohawk thing on it, and he's just running around with a knife and fork, just eating all of the food and eating people. It's so good. It's my favorite. Oh, we're getting raided.
Oh no!
Elbow Dottos.
Ooh. Raiders.
Oh, hello,
Nice.
Raiders. Hang on 1 second, guys. One tick. Gotta go to sad mode for a second.
Sad I don't know what that is.
Yourself away.
All right. You guys think about this little guy coming along?
I've looked at love
Ah, that's awesome.
from both sides now. Give and take.
What? People coming into us?
Somehow it's life's illusions that I recall.
Twice.
Don't know love.
Welcome.
Hi guys.
I really don't know love at all.
Oh. You're getting a welcome song. This is a custom song. Just for you.
Hello, Raiders. How are you? Thank you for joining. There's a bunch of people here talking and making toys. That's what you've stumbled in on. It's a
thing.
9:12 o'clock, and we call that Toy O'Clock here in Monday Night Toy Stream. This is not a toy scene. What were we doing, Elbow Dottos? I'll try and shout you out.
What?
But my shout-out skills are real bad.
No, that's all right.
Elbow, because I'm really bad at Dottos. Oh. Is that going to work? I think this is going to work. Shaping up my garage tonight. That sounds fun. Everyone go and follow... thank you for the follow, Elbow Dottos. Everyone jump on Elbow Dotto's stream and go and... Well, not right now, because they've just finished. But next time you can check them setting up their garage. Or garage, however you want to say it.
Garage is English.
Garage. It's the garage, mate.
Garage.
Garage?
It's a fucking
garage.
garage.
Like in a studio, not in a garage.
Yeah, that's where I am.
The Wiley track.
I've got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Have you ever flocked anything before?
Yeah, are you talking about static flock or?
I
Yeah,
haven't.
I've got a static flocking machine here. I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never done it before.
I'm curious.
What's a
I'm very
static
curious.
flocking machine?
Okay, so a static flocking machine is used to add static grass to a surface. You'll still put the glue upon the surface when you put it down there, but static grass is very, very fine offcuts of nylon thread or brushing. And because it's nylon, it responds to static electricity. So the static flocking machine is a little, it's like a shaker with a little holes in the end where you shake the static grass out, and because the container is charged with static electricity during the process, it makes all of the grass stand upright from the surface that you put the glue on, for the most part. So you can create a grass effect on the modeling and the terrain that you're creating where the grass is actually standing upright, like blades of grass.
Yeah, I got this big one.
Imagine
in Germany.
inventing
So
that.
yeah, I've got to give it a shot. I've only ever seen it's been used.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just afraid of electrocuting myself.
So does flocking like? Is that like you know Mossman, the He-Man figure Mossman?
Yeah, that's all
Is
flocked.
he flocked?
Yeah.
That's flocking, right?
But the difference
I wouldn't
between
mind doing that.
flocking, so
That sounds fun.
normally when you flock something, you'll just get the flocking and you'll put the glue on the surface, the area that you want it flocked.
And just get flocked, right?
Dump the flocking there, yeah, and you'll get it flocked, and it'll be all flocked up, and it'll be ready to show off, and you'll want to strut around in public.
So when you flock it all up,
Yeah.
do you need to adhere it in some way, or is it adhering to like a glue?
First,
Sorry.
you put the glue onto the surface in
Okay.
the areas that you want the flock to appear, and then you put the flock on. And you don't need to use a static grass machine, but if you do use a static rasp machine, it means when the
These
flock
are
is
really-
down to the glue,
Oh, flock you, really? That's
Oh,
really
it's a
cool.
flock.
Yeah, it's
Chewbacca,
just static, so it's
apparently.
like your hair on static.
it means that the blades are all flocked up. So
That's
Yeah,
so
it's all
fun.
nice and straight when they're flocked.
counterintuitive, but you've really got to go hard with this.
I
That's
love
fucking
this.
cool.
I just read what this machine is called. The Fro Flock.
The fro flock.
Right? I get
Is
this.
that- ooh.
This kind of sets out how old this sucker is.
Uh-huh.
Made in West Germany.
Oh shit!
Wow.
It's
Wow.
Don't get on. Yeah,
gonna
definitely check the power. Yeah, yeah.
I've
think
got
it
a
came with this
question
converter.
from Ham Hunter, just for everyone, if anyone can think of any. Do we know about any HP Lovecraft toys that aren't Cthulhu specifically?
There's somebody did a raven, and I have it inside.
A
And
raven?
I know that. Yeah, I have it
HP
inside.
Lovecraft?
Yeah, but I know it was
Sorry?
inspired by. It was inspired by the raven, and it was
Why?
by. Damn it, it's inside. God damn it! Why, all my toys are always inside.
If you want the most
Um,
comprehensive collection.
Can we hang on.
Okay.
I just need to get something. Was Fletch getting HP Lovecraft
yeah,
and
okay.
Edgar Allan Poe mixed up?
Well,
Or
I
is
know
this-
He's getting HP Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe mixed up.
Mate,
still in the box though.
Hey.
as a Ravens fan, and
Well,
knowing
isn't
you're
all
a
the
Patriots
Lovecraft-
fan, I
Yeah.
detest that ignorance.
Uh-huh.
I'd let it slide if you weren't a Patriots fan.
But before we get like distracted by petty like arguments about Lovecraft versus Poe
Hang on.
intellectualism, please tell
Actually, I think you'll find the Raven is by H.P. Lovecraft.
through a game called Cthulhu Wars, where a particular company has gone out to try and recreate the astrological pan-dimensional conflicts between every Lovecraftian action in the game, from the to the Yithian, to the Negro, to all the races, like everything, and they have all the big monsters. They have the little monsters, like they got classic, like King in Yellow, Controlling Chaos, Nagaroth, all these like
Okay, guys, I have an admission to make.
really beautiful.
So this is by a guy called Collis, and it's Ravenous. It's called Ravenous.
Now, the Ed
Now,
Poe
I need to admit something.
Gate. It's about to unfold on our chat.
Okay.
I need to admit something with this. I have never opened this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we
I
can
bought
change
this-
to
I
an
bought this-
unboxing channel.
Apparently this is an unboxing. I bought this ages ago, but I didn't have a place to display it or put it, so I didn't. But it's by a guy called Signal with the dust on it, right? It's by a guy called Collis, and from what I remember, it was HP Lovecraft inspired. But it's a beautiful piece, but then again, I've never seen it in the flesh before, so let's just open this. And don't worry, I actually do open usually all my toys. Okay.
I've got one of your pieces in a box because the box is so cool. Why
Yeah,
take
the
it
box
out?
is cool.
Oh yeah, so you got the sticky tape still on it. Alright, let's take a look here.
That's why I love the classic just header card plastic.
Yeah.
Then I'm
So you
not
can
too
see
worried about
everything.
opening it up. Yeah.
Oh, man, on
Plus
pizza
you
is
can
in the
plus you
chat.
can always teach.
Very high. There's a link to a board game review of Cthulhu Wars.
Okay, here we go.
I agree.
Oh, whoa! This thing's awesome. Oh my god. Oh my god! Holy shit! This is why I bought it. This is why I loved it. All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Damn.
Whoa! Oh, it's heavy and solid too.
Is it resin? Or
Yeah,
such a
it's-
nice
it's
black?
like Collis and Kid Robot. Yeah, it feels like resin. Like it's freaking.
Oh, is that part of the
beautiful,
Kid
man.
Robot Black series that they did for a little while?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But this guy, I love his work. Collis, Colus. This is like, I feel like I would break this if I play with it too much. But
Yeah.
it's,
They stopped, if that is part of the Black series, they stopped doing it because the whole idea was meant to be a higher quality piece, and it was just, they did some amazing stuff, but
it wasn't cheap.
yeah, that's it. They couldn't, I think they
The Kid
yeah, it's
Robot.
just hard, like in
Let's have a
production
look.
and stuff like that when you're trying to do a run of a very high quality piece.
Mm.
Let's have a look here. Kid robot made in China. This is not a toy on the box.
Very important. It's our byline.
Designed with love, Colos. The box says, "We see everything."
Uh-oh.
But oh my god, I need to find a place to display this. This is literally I never opened it because I was like, I want somewhere good to put it. But now I'm like, and I was inspired by it because I love the shapes. Like these are my kind of shapes, you know.
Yeah.
Like this angular
piece. Yeah.
Which H.P. Lovecraft story was it inspired by again, Fletch?
Oh shit!
I think it was called Lord of the Rings.
Was that?
It wasn't H.P. Lovecraft, was it?
Brendan Lee was really good.
Shit! It wasn't H.P. Lovecraft, was it?
No.
Well, no, it wasn't. And like, I don't really care. But
Fuck!
It was going on.
I like ratting on you for it.
Anyways, it's a great poem. Anyway,
calling you out on it more than I care.
I don't care. Suddenly, I just thought about this piece and I was like, okay, I've got a raven in there.
This is the kind of magic that happens on This Is Not a Toy Stream. This is not a Toy Stream. It's not a Toy Stream. This is a Let's Bag Fletch.
Rachie getting it on with the heat gun.
I love this thing.
I was going to say, that's some dangerous Are you heat gunning the fur there?
Oh, look at that frog hat. Frog Dora. Look
It's a frog hat. One of my kids.
Okay.
One of my kids made this frog hat today. I thought it was quite apt.
Oh, that's very
Thank you very much.
Alright, guys, we need a top 3.
What are your top 3 HP Lovecraft entities?
Oh, motherfucker. Nobody knows, like, apart from Cthulhu.
The pendulum, the gallows, like cat in the, with the gallows on its chest.
I've got one. How about this?
Like rats in the attic. That's
how about this one?
Lovecraft ones.
How about this?
And dying in a gutter in Baltimore.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of your favourite supernatural or folklore inspired toys?
Okay.
Supernatural or folklore inspired toys.
So we're going
in the theme of all literature.
Hey, I've got one right here. Check it out. What's that? I can't remember what the snake's actually. It's in Japanese. Someone read that? You know the little.
If AJ was here, he'd be able to read it. AJ, what is AJ? Are you watching? Is AJ watching? What does this say, AJ? If you're in the chat, hang on, put it up again.
Is that backwards? I forgot what these little snake things are called. They're like these little fat snakes.
AJ, if you're in the chat, translate that for us.
I don't think he is.
But like, it's I forgot what they're called. They're like these little fat snake things.
Hey guys, I've got an important interruption. Oh, that's pretty cool. Show me what's in the bag.
Yeah, you're gonna open it?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, sure. Let's open it. We're gonna have another opening.
Yes, Ham.
All right.
It's an unboxing theme stream. Surprise unboxing night. Oh, can you try and read this for us, AJ? Can you hold that up again?
Oh, is AJ in chat?
He's in chat.
All right.
What does that
AJ.
say?
I could probably Google it fast.
Probably, but it's more fun getting AJ to translate it for us.
Fun.
How much was that? The final one?
All right, I'm gonna open it up now. But I can't remember. It's like
that was probably enough.
That's enough. All right, how am I gonna open it? I'll just open it. I'll rip it. I'm a ripper of a toy pack.
Just rip it. It's a toy.
Destruction.
I've had this for like 6 years, I think. 4 years.
And you never opened it?
I don't open anything. Just because I'm like, I want that, and then I forget I have it.
What is it?
I just did that with the Raven, so like it's fine until it got mentioned.
It's super soft. It's like creepy. But yeah, it's got this kind of like.
Oh my god!
Oh,
what the fuck is that?
Tongue.
That's so cool.
So good.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
The noise sounds so.
Saikuno? No. Mythical snake-like creature with thick mid-section. So like chode snake.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Tsuchinoko. Fat snake.
Tsukinoko? Tsukinoko?
Legendary
It's
creature.
nightmare material. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, some kind of yokai.
I love yokai. I run an event called Yokai Beats, and we've finally booked in our next date, which is going to be in early March, which I'm very excited about. We're going
For
to
what? Sorry.
Yokai Beats. It's a Japanese spook slash pop culture expo hard dance party that I put on with some friends of mine.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh man, it's super fun.
That sounds fun, and I feel like I should go to that.
It's the spiritual successor to what used to be Neko Nation, which they never had in Melbourne, but Neko Nation was a big thing in Adelaide for a while.
It was.
Yeah. And I brought it to Sydney, and then eventually we decided to do entirely our own thing and called it Yokai Beats.
That sounds cool, man.
This is for Ham Hunter. Hang on. There you go. This is my Little Shop of Horrors record.
Nice.
Unboxing this.
Well, I'm trying to think of mythological and toys that are based around supernatural. I mean, I love Chipta's supernatural Indonesian supernatural toys.
Tsuchinoko.
Like, yeah.
I was lucky enough to sculpt, I think, 50% of that range at this point.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
They're amazing. I love them. I love them so much.
Under Chipta's direction, of course.
Yeah, they're really
But
great.
all the
those
research
things.
stuff he's been doing himself, which is very cool.
Yeah,
They're
anything
the best
yokai,
example off the
pretty
top of my
much
head.
too.
Well, maybe I need to Google and have a look and see, because
What toys?
off the
Well,
top of my
I
head-
know, and I'm sure Mr. Nick will also know that our mutual favorite, one of
Oh,
our
I
favorite
do have one.
toy artists, Junko Mizume, does in fact make supernatural toys.
I do have. Hang on.
Also, not to toot our own associates' horns, but I know that Minty Moss is currently working on a thesis on female representation in Japanese folklore, and hopefully we'll see a line of female yokai toys out of her sometime this
that'd
year.
be awesome.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Nice. She's been busy with her
Wow.
writing.
Right.
So
Yeah,
seeing
she's
more
busy with
artwork
her
would be good.
thesis, with her masters, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
She's taken up a lot of challenges, and I think the primary challenge is studying an exclusively Japanese area, or engaging in an exclusively Japanese area of study with no knowledge of the language.
I do have a folk toy.
Damn.
That is quite difficult.
I do have a folk
Considering
toy.
all the papers that she would have to read are probably in Japanese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she's
Okay,
been
so-
leaning very heavily on people in Japan who have been very helpful in translating a lot of stuff for her, which is very nice.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Japanese folk,
Yeah,
I
the
do
yokai
have.
community is pretty good.
Like the
I do-
yokais themselves, or the people that are into yokai?
Not just people who are into translating. There's a lot of big translation stuff happening at the moment. But
So speaking of
the reason why you see it so much in toys is because there's no like copywriting.
No
so
IP,
it's like
yeah.
a known thing that you can make. Yeah, the IP is open.
So also there is an
That's why I'm surprised there hasn't
annual,
been more.
there's an annual yokai sculpture and toy competition that is open to anyone around the world that takes place at a yokai museum on an island in Japan that I'll have to figure out. We actually visited the museum when we were in Japan a couple of years ago. In 2020, in January, when we went, yeah, and we went there.
Just in 2020, oh my god.
What? Was that like in January 2020?
Yeah, it was in January 2020. That's when we went. Just
there
as
you
everything
go.
was starting to go out into the world.
Okay, I do
I
guys have
traveling.
Yeah.
have an example of a Japanese folk toy. So when I was in Japan, I think 2016, I went to a place called Takayama, and they have a festival there where they build these amazingly big ornate things, and they carry these things through the town for a couple of days. And there's groups that look after these things, and they've looked after them for like 100 years or something like
They
that.
call them the Yakuza.
But what are they?
The groups. They call them the Yakuza. Look.
No, yeah, okay. Different group. But and I don't know what they're called, but in the town they have this little folk thing, and this thing's everywhere. Like in the town, like
Yeah, so
everywhere.
there's a
It's
big-
like
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, pretty much every town has its own little
yeah.
There's a couple, there's more famous ones, but every town pretty much has its own little thing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Like their own little tiny, and I don't know what this one's called, but yeah, it's everywhere. They're like on stores and they're in restaurants. They're everywhere. But this one's really cool. And I can't read that, but I'm assuming it probably says Takayama. I don't know.
On that, and I think it would be cool to make some toys about this, but in ancient Mesopotamia, each city and each city-state would have a god that was native to that city-state. And not only would there be a god native to that city-state, but a god was considered to be the embodiment of that city-state. And when two city-states went to war against each other, it was considered that their gods were going to war against each other. And it was customary to give offerings to the gods of the city. So it's like a city that if you're visiting a city, you would give praise to that god as well as the god of travel. And it was a thing that if you wanted to destroy the people in the city or destroy the spirit of a city, the best thing to do is to take the statue from their city and steal it away and seal it back to your city. And it's not necessarily what we're talking about here, but it's all to do with like objects, statues, and the embodiment of we place into these statues and the iconography that they have.
What about that one that you posted up in Discord the other day?
So that was a Mayan toy. I think
that was amazing.
4,000 years old, and it was a ceramic. It was a baked terracotta toy, and it was made with a helmet that you could put on and take off.
It's so cool.
I've seen it many times before.
Oh, that was very cool. Yeah, with the handout, that one.
Yeah, we're going to see some toy. I think we're going to see some vinyl versions of that popping up soon.
Yeah,
sure. I reckon so.
I'd love to see that. Yeah, I think I need to. I think the more I can disseminate, like referencing Mesoamerican and like Mesoamerican stylization is just such beautiful, rich territory. As much as I love like the Japanese yokai aesthetics that exist, I love like Mesoamerican stuff. I also love like early.
I spent 6 months, Herbie, 6 months traveling through Yucatan, Guatemala, and Honduras, and basically just doing a tour of as many sites as I possibly could. I went to about 20 different ruins and stuff, and some of the artwork in that I saw was just phenomenally amazing.
And as much as I love the Aztec stuff, and the complexity and the detail in the Aztec stonework, I more love the Toltec head designs.
Oh yeah,
the really sort of round, beautiful rolling lines, like the stuff that really inspired Jack Kirby in his early days as comic artist. Like everything, all the celestial designs, so much of Jack Kirby's like superhero designs. Like it's just fucking Toltec stuff. As soon as you get to like the Eternals, which we should all know about because apparently they just released the film the other day, but don't pay any attention to the production design on the new Eternals. Go back, read some classic Jack Kirby Eternals. Look at
there have been so many, but there've been so many toys that have been, inspired by mythology and stuff like that. I mean, I still reckon that My Little Pony's based off Pegasus. So.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many toys. Like it's kind of ubiquitous.
Well, it's actually the reason why I tried to do a frog cake. It's like, what is a local kind of folk kind of thing, and it's a different kind of connection to it, but it still is like a connection to people.
Andrew, isn't it your friend that just did a bin chicken toy? And that's very Queensland.
No.
That's who did the bin chicken toy?
Not my friend.
Somebody posted it on the Discord. I can check it out.
Someone posted it, and it's a bin chicken toy, and that's a very Queensland thing, right? Really? I mean, they're invading everywhere else now.
Like they've been everywhere for everywhere.
They're invading everywhere now, but it was traditionally the ibis. Yeah, was very, very Queensland.
What would all over the inner west in Marrickville and Sydney? They're literally.
Got them in Healesville. Don't really have them in Melbourne.
What would the icon for Melbourne be?
Magpies? No, that's the New South Wales. That's Adelaide's national creature is the magpie, right?
Isn't it a crow? No, it's a crow.
Yeah. Well, it's actually the shrieking pike. but
lyrebird.
It's cassowary, right? Not cassowaries. It's the.
That's Queensland. What about the lyrebird? Isn't that a Victoria thing?
Aren't they everywhere as well?
It's not a coin.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
No, they're not.
And I'm not necessarily thinking of an animal either. I'm thinking like, what's a Melbourne myth or mythological thing that we have here that could potentially be made into a toy? I'm trying to think. Dan Andrews?
Not in counting like distrustful youths at Westfield.
Yeah.
That's a mythological.
You have cool on. You just have to. Yeah.
Ongoing
Oh wait. There's
Emu,
There's been plenty of Ned Kelly toys.
We need to make more Emu War toys. I reckon
Emu War, yeah.
An Emu War series of
Emu
small
War, yeah.
50mm plastic.
Like, the Emu War. It's not an emu, it's long legs.
Is that an emu, Rach?
I don't know, it's just a thing. It could be an emu, I'll just put some legs.
Okay. There you go.
Give it some really long legs.
I'm making a
Emus
well,
are like
WA,
so cool.
Western.
Hey,
Oh, what about? Wait,
Absolutely.
isn't the drop bear originally from Victoria? I'm pretty sure drop bear originated in Victoria based on the koala
If
bears.
you want to claim it, you can do
don't
that.
know.
What was up with
But
Victoria?
I looked up.
exclusively?
I looked up drop bears the other day because I'm very interested in how this could be like such a great national joke that we're all in on that no one talks about. And even if you Google it, because I'm like, what happens when Americans Google it? When you Google it, a National Geographic article comes up with all the
That's so cool.
drop berries, and I'm like,
Hang on.
everyone's in on it, including the National Geographic. So good.
Well, you know, in Western Australia, they have the sand grouper. And the sand grouper's, it's a little insect that lives in the dirt, but the way that it's been portrayed now, it's like this creature. And if you Google it, sand grouper, they've had this little yellow toy for like 50 years now, and it's this segmented sand grouper thing. And there used to be on TV in WA on the Cartoon Hour, there used to be a thing called Sonny the Sand Grouper, and it was a sand grouper puppet. It's like, hi, I'm Sonny the Sand Grouper.
Shed has drop bear emotes.
And also, I was wondering if any of us have seen
That's
Deception
incredible.
of Generation. Anyone watch Deception of a Generation, guys?
What is that?
No.
Apparently, if you could elaborate, Ham Hunter, but apparently it deals with toy collections and toy collectors.
Oh, this looks interesting.
Where's this on? Where can I
She-Ra
watch
on
it?
Thundercats. It's on YouTube. On YouTube. Let me
Drop a
post
link.
this in the chat. Let me drop this link in the chat. Dan, this looks great.
Yeah, thanks, Ham Hunter.
I'm just getting an Eternals ad. Discount Jack Kirby, I guess. And I'm getting a JB Hi-Fi ad.
Yeah.
So Shane, what have been some of the toys in your life that have been really quite influential to you?
Good question. I don't really know. Like, I don't know. Nothing really. You know, you could do the classic like Lego and whatnot,
Yeah.
but nothing that's really set me down a path. I'd say. I think it's just like vinyl and everything. I've probably seen it all at once when I went to Japan. Like, just
Going to
overwhelmed
Nakano
by it all, and I'm like, I got to be a part of this.
going to Nakano and like having an orgasm over 5
I
levels
didn't
of-
go there till years after, actually. Of
Oh,
like,
man, I'm gonna
probably
watch this.
4
That's why I went to the
years
first place
in.
I went. I hooked up with Don.
Yeah.
On
Yep.
and that's how I met Corey, and because Don.
Yep.
I hooked up with Don. I said, "Hey man, I'm in Japan. I just want to see toys, and I'm doing art." And he's like, "Yeah." Oh, and then he's like, he brought along this other dude, and he's like, "Yeah, you should meet this guy." And then we just went out and we went to the little like Safubi Cafe, and then we went out and drank shochu and sake at some place and got really drunk. And it was really fun. It was so good.
That's Japan. It's good.
So good.
I'm pretty sure there's other aspects of Japan.
Oh yeah.
Besides toys and getting drunk.
For me, it's toys and
best bit,
shochu.
I met up with a friend who was living in Japan when I was last there. She does like illustration and graphic design stuff and like really fancy lettering things. And I said to her, I'm going to this toy store. I'm going to
Is it Mandarake?
Broadway. No, we went to the Broadway one. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
again?
Broadway Nakano.
Yeah,
that's where I went. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to her, I'm gonna be enamored and caught up. I'm gonna spend like literally the whole day here. You can leave at any point.
And all of your money.
You can leave at any point. But if you want to come along, I'm going to be there for most of the day. Please come. And she came and she was there like the whole day. And she was just like, it's like being at a museum. This is incredible.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. Like, and there's a shop for pretty much everything. There's a shop for just the little wrestling figures, you know? Like, there's a shop for like porn toys. There's, it's just, it was just so beautiful.
Spent hours in there.
I love that shop. The one.
Well,
that has
okay, all right. Maybe a better question, Shane. Then, what about artists now? Guys that you think are doing really cool shit.
And they can't be anyone from Labco.
Everybody in here, in this chat, in this stream, of course.
Yay! We love it.
Andrew, we need a little stinger whenever somebody compliments the "This is not a toy scene" group.
I just did a little kids yelling "Yay!"
Yeah. Well, no, like straight up, like what you guys are all doing in here is just fantastic, and what I keep seeing popping up, it just keeps things moving in Australia, which is fantastic, and through all the pandemic, doing more and more, even though everybody's separated. But I guess, like, probably everybody people that really inspire me are the people that I work with directly. Like, if you check out any of the, and you were mentioning Taiwan before, like when I go over to Taiwan, and we do our little show there under Creative Toy Lab.
Yeah, you've got a little crew. Tell us about tell us about those guys. Yeah, I know. You've got like your friends that you hang with.
Yeah, so that's it. And it's not really a, it's just because I have been doing this for quite some time. I kind of just like doing a couple little shows each year rather than trying to pump out as much as possible, which I've done in the past. It's just I've got to do that whole balancing out of everything else. When I first started, I was doing freelance design work while doing toys. I've always wanted to do full-time work. But, so I like doing little shows here and there. So I'm looking forward to the next year. I won't say anything. I don't know, is that anything been announced for next year?
What do you mean for next year's This Is Not a Toy Scene?
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to do a Sydney show early next year. We haven't decided.
I've got Adelaide, Sydney, and we want to do Perth. Perth would be great to do. And Brisbane.
Signed up, and if we're not doing I may still do a small This Is Not a Toy Scene show in Sydney in December.
Why don't you also do it in conjunction with Yokai Beats?
Sorry?
You should do it in conjunction with your Yokai Beats.
In conjunction with Yokai Beats. If we're going to do that, then we would schedule it for March, I think, or February. Let me just check the date.
Might be tricky with the Adelaide show then.
Let me just check.
But yeah, going on. But definitely going on people.
12th of February.
Like you mentioned,
12th of February is
February.
Someone watching TV?
Someone's got something going in the background.
It could be in the background, my background.
How dare you?
What are you up to, Sam? You've been quiet for a little bit.
Yeah.
So has Nick. Nick and Sam have been quiet. Let's touch base with those guys.
I feel like they're working.
Yeah. Ain't hands. Show us what you've done so far.
I've got some.
I'll tell you about Mad Gorilla in a bit, Ham.
I'm just not doing exciting shit. I'm doing what I do best, guys. I'm sanding.
We didn't ask you though.
Yeah.
Always sandy.
We asked. Oh, look at that. That is nice.
That's nice. So is that a translucent resin with like a wash over? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
I bought this purple, baby.
I bought this blue acrylic ink ages ago, and every time I put it on the toy, I just thought it looked like I'd leaked pen ink all over everything.
Oh, good.
But then once I think I did accidentally put it on some like neon colors and was like, holy shit, this just like works way better. What was the other one?
Yeah.
This was on Instagram the other day.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
yeah, it's just like a pretty simple blue wash, and yeah, they're coming up really well. But now I've kind of like done the wash. I'm like, maybe I will do some details, and maybe I will just like pop some little, which is just going to go.
Are
take it
you
sideways.
are you going to be coming down to Melbourne, or are you just going to be shipping some stuff down?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I live in Melbourne.
Oh,
You're
you
in
live
Melbourne.
What? Why did
Yeah.
I think you lived in another state?
No, I'm in Melbourne. I'm in Stratford.
Well, I look forward to meeting you at the toy show in person.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll be taking my stuff down in person, and I'll be there probably opening night as well. And
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm planning. This is why I extended my stay, so I can actually spend the rest of the evening after the show hanging out with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
guys.
so I'm gonna have a big after party here afterwards because it's my birthday as well. So
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hey guys, so
Lucky.
should we on the Monday instead of doing our live stream here, should we do a live stream live?
Yeah, I'm keen. I
Like a
can do
live stream? I got microphones and we just need
that.
a little mixer.
Yeah, I got mixer. I got everything.
Okay.
Extra cameras as well.
Yeah, bring down some extra cameras. But yeah, I'm totally keen.
I've
for that.
got three cameras, so we can bring a couple.
Is that the
Yeah.
19th?
yeah.
So the show is on the 19th. I'm coming
is-
down on the 15th. So this is this
So
Monday
what's
coming.
day?
And also, if my sister's joining us, my sister will be joining us on the show, so we could all
So
hang
the
out
22nd.
with her as well. And she's around the
I
corner.
also want to come one night next week and have a little toy jam before the show, finish some stuff up.
That'd be cool. I won't be there, but yes, that would be cool.
You're coming on Monday, right?
Next Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're here on the 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, guys, we could do the one before to promote the show. So
That's
we
true.
could do next Monday live at Rachel's studio.
I think that's a great idea.
We do that, yes. We
Then
Also,
Herbie will
my
be
sister
here.
lives
And,
around the corner, so she'll be able to totally make it.
That would be right.
yeah.
Herbie
That-
will be here. Be first
okay.
night. Let's hang out here.
Let's
Okay.
do that.
Yes.
So
I'll come around
Andrew,
on the Sunday. Let's set it all up on the Sunday.
yep, I've got 7 or 8 microphones, so
Yep.
we'll
Oh man, yeah, we'll be fine for mics.
be fine for audio stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, should I bring my
brainstorm.
I have access to 3 Logitech 1080p webcams. Should I bring them? Or?
Yeah,
And I have 3 9. I've got a 922 and 2 other 920s.
bring it. We'll bring it all. We'll set
Yeah,
it up
okay,
on the.
922s, so we can.
Oh wait, are you that you come down on the Monday? Do you, Herbie?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll leave my stuff. We'll get most of the audio stuff set up on the Sunday. This is riveting content
Alright.
for those that don't care about this.
Sorry, guys.
Um,
But they will be able to see the
Yeah,
outcome of it
that's
in
fine.
the
Next
next
week,
stream.
guys, means next week we will be all in one room breaking.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's hectic.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll set
Shane,
it up
fly
on
over.
Sunday.
Question.
Yeah.
The question is like, everybody's working to get this stuff done, but has anyone got any good like last minute before an exhibition or showing stories of like crazy shit you've done?
I don't know if crazy, but I definitely have a scar on my
I can
hand
share my story.
from when we did the most recent This Is Not a Toy Scene Sydney show, where I was like at my plinth, like cutting into resin, just like just frantically trying to get some bits cut so I could glue some shit together, and just like cut really far into my hand. I've got the scar, and it bled a lot, and I was just like walking around for like an hour, just like fuck. I hope I don't have to go to the hospital. Just sort of like, it was quite a deep cut. So that, I don't know, like that's probably as hectic as it's gotten. But yeah, there was a lot of very last minute, like heading to Barnes in Sydney and just being like, how much shit can I get made while I'm here to put on this plinth? And I went op shopping.
You
and I
did when you
found-
flew up there.
Yeah, and I made Lost action figures, and it was DVDs. I found a box set DVD of Lost, and I cut holes in the plastic on the front, and then
Were
put
these
in
last
blister
minute?
cards, and there was
Have
no
you seen
action
these,
figure
Shane?
in it, and there were Lost action figures.
And they were
What about these ones? What about these ones? Was there?
Oh, those
were
those
these-
were all made. Those were all ready to go.
This Shane, did you see these? This is one of my favorite toys that
my
Andrew
videos
made.
For some reason, I can't see everybody's feed. It's
Oh, so
messing
sorry
up
to
on
hear
my
that.
screen.
It's the
It's all right.
Star Wars.
You can come back and go. It's a Star Wars. I'll take a photo of it and I'll send it in.
It's the most amazing
I'm
stuff
actually
you've
just gonna
ever
watch-
seen in your life.
I'm gonna
set it in the Skype
put
chat
it up
so
to
you
the
can
screen.
see it.
I can watch the stream.
Oh,
on my
yeah,
other
okay.
screen.
Okay, hang on.
Look, it's surprising that Lucasfilm has not yet hit
Hey, man.
through with copyright issues around this particular Stormtrooper model. It's direct
Yeah, I see it now.
existing toys yet to be released.
It's so good. I'm sorry, Andy, but I still love this thing so much. This is one of my favorite toys.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
I've got the Aladdin
Although
one.
I can't read the
Aladdin
book,
one,
man.
Rachie?
I got
It's
Aladdin,
missing-
yeah.
That was a good one.
missing
That was
half
like
the story.
that was a collab with Chipta.
Yeah, that was excellent. So yeah, you guys inspired really long legs on this guy. I've done some wire.
Yes.
I'm just
Oh, nice. Yeah, now I can actually see it because I've got the full stream up.
I have a
You've
last
got big
minute
long
story.
legs, so they're going to be yellow chicken legs.
I have
Oh,
a
you did? You put legs on it?
question for Rachie, actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, Rachie, and this can go for everyone, if you want to think about it, is how much of your work and how how much was your life changed by the introduction of Furbies into the collective consciousness?
Okay, well, I was a bit old for Furbies, and I was like a punk late teens at the time and could not give two shits about Furbies when they came out. But funny you should mention Furbies because I recently ordered, one of the kids that comes here asked me if I could order a faceplate of a Furby from Etsy because she wanted to make one of those big long snake Furbies.
Yeah.
So I ordered it. I'm going to do a bunch of mods so they can all make Furbies. But meanwhile, they sent me these miniature, tiny little Furby faces that are about this big. And that's what's going to be in my Stormtrooper car or whatever that we're doing for the other show. So I'm going to make miniature Furbies like that big.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I hated them.
Yeah, I absolutely.
I hated them. I thought they were
creepiest
creepy,
things-
and I didn't fucking like them at all.
Yeah, and the noise kind of annoys me. Yeah, they're pretty annoying, but pretty cute and weird. And when you think about them, like an army of them coming towards you creepily, then they're
Oh,
Okay, that's accentuated even more when you realize that they have their own language.
no.
They speak to each other in a language that
yes,
they understand.
yes.
They can learn from each other. Like
Yeah.
it's the first artificial intelligence that was brokered by the human race.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, why?
It's
Has
really-
there ever been a movie based on Furbies?
It was
I saw
inspired.
something the
don't
other day
mention
where
it,
all
they're
the
listening.
Furbies came to life and attacked the human, but I can't remember what it was that I was watching.
Some children
Someone-
playing with
It's
Furbies.
very cool.
Has someone data mined Furbies yet? And
But anyway,
found
so
everything
you
they
about
can
little
do.
tiny Furbies.
Yeah.
kind of
I do. Please show me these amazing things.
I have a last minute story, Shane. So
Like
I was
Kremlin's
trying.
gone wrong.
I was trying to get toys ready for Taipei because you have to send them up. I had to send them up, right, in boxes.
Yes.
And I ran out of resin, but I still had some resin of dubious nature. And I was like, yeah, no, it's okay, I'll just use this, I'll use this. So I did maybe about a third of my toys in this resin, and they were fine. And I painted them all up, and everything was great, like, yeah. And I got there, and, you know, like, at that time of year, Taiwan's really humid, okay? So I opened them up, and about a third of my toys, they were all resin sweating, and the paint was, like, peeling off, and there's, like, paint all stuck everywhere, and I was like, okay. So, but I couldn't have got. I should have just gone and got some new resin, but like I just didn't have the time to do it. So it was a bit of a horror story.
That's terrible.
Sad toys, genuine weeping effects.
I should have. But yeah,
I've never heard about resin sweating. What's that?
Did you find Furby faces?
I'll give you my story. I've got one. I've got one good. I've got plenty of good ones. I'll give you one.
all right. Or two. Two's
I
good.
didn't have time to finish. Well, first off, painting vinyl with the appropriate paint, like getting V color or soft V paint, is difficult. Yeah, so I needed some paint. So I'm like, oh, easy enough, I'll get some in Japan. Last minute, yeah, it was planned, but last minute painting before a show in Japan. I deliberately booked a. And if you've got, in Japan, they've got those really enclosed, like, bathrooms. I went and got painting sheets, covered the whole entire bathroom in painting sheets, and actually used that as a spray booth inside there. So I'm like, no one's gonna be able to smell this terrible piece of smoke there. I'm gonna give this a shot, but it was like, if anyone walked in here, it'd be like a murder scene because it was all because I was like doing splatters as well across it, so it's just like and I was so, like,
Did you take photo? You should have taken photos
then I'm
of
like,
that.
there was no time to take photos. I'm like, I
Yeah, when you're like deep
Choosing
in
my
it.
mind.
Look, I'm just saying, when you do crime, don't document the crime.
yeah, no, not at all.
Golden
I
rule.
also, that same trip, I had some resin that I was casting, and I got some really good silicon. The problem is the resin I got, I was talking to the person in the store, and I thought it was going to be like a quick set, like 30-minute resin, but no.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't.
It was 24 hours.
It's like 30 hours.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Mm.
So whatever it wasn't minutes, it was hours. So it was
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, I was like, okay, cool. If I calculate this, I can get this many out. But yeah, I got none out. So yeah.
Well, I have a story.
But yeah, that was...
If you like. No, tell us your second story. Apparently, you have another one.
Oh yeah.
Another story.
That was 3 stories. That was already 2 stories.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that was kind of a story.
this was like 2013 or something like that, and I was making 300 Minotaur models. And for show and tell purposes, I'll bring this Minotaur model.
Just while Herbie's quickly going, if you're still there, Ham, this is the mad
So
drill.
here we go. This is the Minotaur in question. I sculpted this Minotaur for a role-playing convention in Sydney.
That's cool.
So that it turned out to get like a limited edition, one of the kind. And I said, I'll make 300. Like,
Oh
for
god.
convention.
All I can hear is your background.
Oh, I'm hearing
Yeah,
it.
who's yeah.
Ground is going on. Yeah, I think that was yours, Sam. And night before, I was like, you know, as you do, toy makers we are, toy makers we be, artists at heart. At the last minute, I was like, I'd made my molds. I'd made like multiple mold of 10, so it's like casting up 10 at a time. Actually, I cast 2 multiple molds of 5 is what I'd done. So I was casting 10 at a time out of these 2 molds. And I got to 150, and I'm like, I need to make a new mold wall. And it's like, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. I've been working all day, so it was pretty late, but I was halfway through when I was chugging along. I'm like, totally going to get through this. And then I get out. I need to make a new mold wall out of some wood that I had lying around, so I just grabbed out a saw, and I've been going pretty hard for the last couple of days. And I was cutting with a circular saw, and I cut open my finger on the circular saw, and then had to go to hospital.
Oh my god, how much did you cut off?
Well, I'll show you when I'm in Melbourne.
No, I don't want to see it. But did you put it on ice? Did you have to put it on ice and shit?
Oh, no.
And then I spent like many hours in the hospital sorting that out, and then got back by about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like, all right, time to time to
turn the saw on again.
This is for.
I've got a
cut open my finger with it still had blood on it. And I went back to making those toys. And I think I got to 200, and I called them up and I said, I'm sorry, guys, I'm not going to get your 300 toys done. I'll get the rest.
Safety first, kids. Safety first.
Yep.
Soju,
you had to cut yourself,
sorry.
you-
This,
you
I
really-
just need to. How's this? Is this good? Is this good, Soju? Is this good, Soju Beats? Huh?
Yeah, it's good. It's excellent.
Is this a good? Is this a good?
That
adult
looks like
toy?
some kind of mythological fertility.
Yes, so I
Oh no, he doesn't like it. It's just a dick and ball.
creatures. I think Bad Dragon is an amazing line of them.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Is that really long with 2 legs?
Sorry to interrupt
well
your
done.
story of you cutting your finger
Look, while
off,
he's
but
in the
look
chat-
at the
while
dick
he's
and
in the
balls.
chat- While he's in the chat, I don't mind if someone doesn't channel or redeem this, but where is it? Where's my button? Where's
Apparently, Closser1007 says, want to become famous, buy followers and viewers on bigfollows.com.
I had that. I had him jump in as well. I forgot to acknowledge
Dedicated
him.
fan.
Sorry,
Dedicated fan.
only Frizz
Love
too.
it.
Hang on. Callum wants to know, is a block of cheese a loaf of milk? Thoughts?
What?
I would say yes, and I think that you can cast it and make toy milk. Can we make toys out of cheese?
Yeah, you can make.
You probably can, yeah.
Baby Bell wax. I used to do that when I was a kid.
Cheese mold. Oh my god, you probably could.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Uh-huh.
Because your cheese is going to set, like, once you actually put it in. I've made cheese before. You could probably actually put cheese into a mold.
What kind of cheese did you make?
I have a cheese-making kit inside.
Yeah, tell us about the cheese.
Can you make
I made cheese.
Soft cheese. I've made all kinds of cheese, like everything from ricotta to just like a young cheddar. Like
Yum cheddar.
Oh, yum cheddar.
Yeah, we don't want the
Give me that
disgusting
yum
cheddars.
cheddar. You said yum or young?
I didn't make any brie or camembert, but that's my goal. Or blue cheese.
You know, there is like an underground market in unpasteurized cheese in Europe.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I think more people die.
Yum cheddar is a great.
What's the name of the toys that they make? What's the name of the toys they make, which are all the full-on realistic?
What? No.
All the full-on realistic foods. You know how they have all the restaurants and that, and there's like this whole underground collecting thing about like having realistic foods, toys, kind of sculpture things. Is there a name for it?
Oh, they're not toys.
Like
they're legit.
series, right?
They're legit display things for restaurants. It's not toys.
but there's also a big movement in having those as kind of toys. Like it's a big collector's thing.
Just, people buy them.
There's stores in Japan, yeah.
Yeah, but stores in Japan
like
sell them to restaurants, don't they?
No, just to collectors.
They can make them from food. They give them the food, like if done professionally.
They
give them the food.
They plasticize
It's
them.
not resin.
We have the same market here
take
in.
out the moisture out, replace it with just resin, I guess.
And some of them are so damn accurate though.
Callum has the name.
Oh,
Because they really make
he pulled the weeb card very.
Thanks, Callum. You are saving us again.
Shokuhin Sampuru? Did I say that right?
Bless your weeb heart.
Actually, the name.
I knew that they
You've come
called
to
something.
the right stream.
Yeah, there's a whole subculture around this stuff, like food, and people collect just the food toys.
Yeah, toys. Awesome.
They just make me hungry, man.
Yeah.
I've got a cutting story as well, which is also a last-minute story in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut myself I've got a little scar on my hand. You can't even see it really, even if I showed it. But I cut my hand at about 3 a.m. in the morning while doing work once again. Not so much last minute. You keep on making as much as possible. Then you got to cut off.
That's when you know you've got to stop.
Yeah.
So I cut myself and it kept on bleeding. And I'm like, okay. So that was when I was like living in Japan at the time in a shared house, and I was like trying to be quiet. And in my room, I had like my separate special share of like toilet paper. So I wrapped my hand in toilet paper, like a fresh roll. And I went down to the convenience store and I was trying to ask them for Band-Aids. But when you're in another country asking for a brand name, Band-Aid. So I don't know what, if I'm not saying Band-Aid, I don't know what it is. I still don't know.
Like me trying to say jumper. I'm like, what do you call it? Jumper. It's really Australian, isn't it? Like,
yeah. So I think anyway. I'm trying to hide my hand, and then I'm like pull it out. So I'm in it. It's like 3 a.m. in this convenience store, right? And this little old lady's there, and I pull out my hand, and I'm like, I cut myself, like cut, and I pull out, and I didn't know, but I had blood everywhere over my hand. This thing is soaked in blood.
Surprise!
And she just points to where it is. And I'm like, okay. So I ended up getting some Band-Aids, going back and covering them on my hand, but blood just kept on going everywhere.
Did Band-Aids work?
Yeah, it didn't work in this case.
Okay.
So then I had to get a random taxi on the street and try to ask them to take me to a hospital. They drove me around into this really dark alley somewhere. And then I'm like, and it's like hospital.
Yakuza hospital.
yeah. And I'm like, how? And he's like, wait a moment.
Oh no, it's
and
a vet.
He went in the place and got a security guard, and he came out. And yeah, it was an actual hospital, but there was still more to it. Like, then they wanted me to fill out all this information, like with my hand bleeding. okay. Like blood's dripping, and like, can we like do something with this first? Like, if you got something. No one could speak English, and I'm like, even though it probably wasn't much blood at all, but I'm freaking out. Like, am I gonna pass out? I don't know how much blood have I. Like, this is like at least 20 liters of blood.
You should have pretended.
And yeah, well, eventually, the one redeeming factor is I'm sitting down, and the doctor that came in, she spoke to me in English, but she also had an Australian accent. She was Japanese, and her husband was Australian, and she was her English was like amazing. So just the Australian aspect made me feel a lot better. And she ended up getting the head of surgery in the hospital to do my sutures, like the stitches, and I've got no scar at all. And when the head of surgery came in, she was pissed. But yeah,
just feels like this tiny little cut. Like you just need like 3 stitches.
Oh,
she's like, there's people dying.
I've only had one toy making related injury, and that was so cleaning my airbrush. And you guys know where this is going, right?
Oh,
and
Tell me more.
Yeah.
You know how sharp those needles are, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I was cleaning the needle off or something. Like, you wipe it, and I was wiping it like that, and I went like that, and I pushed the needle back, and it went straight in, and I swear it got a hip bone. Like, it's dude, these like have you seen how how sharp these things are?
Yeah.
And I pulled it out, and I'm like, and that thing fucking hurt for like weeks. Don't ever stab yourself with
Callum,
an
I had to let them auto mod approve that Konnichiwa cunt for you.
Yeah, Konnichiwa can't.
The man, just toy injuries are just real, like the amount of times, like I'm sure you've all cut your fingers just like using something. What's being sculpted in top left? Do you want to show us what you're working on, Pledge?
Oh, me? Yeah, this is I'm actually cleaning these off to paint them. These are my Robo Ayam Kampung. I've been working on these over the last couple of streams. They're like an Indonesian village chicken robot. Is a story. So they want to take over the village, basically. Tired of being eaten. But yeah, I'm just cleaning. Honestly, I'm just cleaning them because I got to paint them.
How
so
long
I'm
do you
just cleaning.
spend on
Sorry.
How long do you spend after you've cast it? How long do you reckon you spend on each one, just cleaning it up and getting it prepped before paint?
Fucking maybe for each one, maybe half an hour each. Probably an hour. Yeah, probably an hour.
Absolutely, every time. Rather,
probably an hour. Maybe, I don't know.
Take the master the original, remake the mold, spend 3 to 5 hours making that mold so fucking perfect that everyone comes out with no more than 5 minutes or less. Like 5 minutes is too long. If I'm spending more than 60 seconds fixing a toy when it's out of the mold, it's too long.
Well, that's the problem. The problem is that I rush this mold, right? Like usually, and I was rushing it because I was actually using the mold for one of my YouTube videos. So I just kind of rushed through making the mold. If I had spent more time on it, then it would have been a lot cleaner. And because this is a 3-piece mold, there's extra like mold lines and that to go back.
Also, if I remember, you were pretty drunk.
Yes.
Yeah, you were.
Yes,
drunk,
I was also drunk, wasn't I?
Just very timely. So I just stabbed myself on this tool here.
Oh, great.
This needle right here.
Look, you didn't have to do that.
A little bit of blood.
You didn't have to do that just for the stream, Andrew.
Hey, man, I'm committed.
That was great.
No one can say I don't care about this stream. Trumpo pop.
Shedding blood for the stream.
Yeah, I bled for you guys. And this is how you repay me.
Oh, nice.
With really quick intros.
Really quick. What happened to the slow intros, the long intros of days past?
I know.
Aren't we still doing intros?
I'm pretty sure we're still in the intro phase, right?
If we were, 1 hour and 56 minutes. If we were,
Nice.
I could feature Audrey too. Now I can. Yeah, good point.
One day, our long intros will go so long that we'll have to start doing the outros.
Short outros.
We do an outro.
We do an outro.
Well, it's 10 o'clock now. I'm 10:10 now, guys. So maybe we should start the
Yeah,
outros.
we should
Is it
start
10:10 already? Damn.
Yeah, it's 10:10 already.
Yeah.
Callum, there's
It's dinner
board
time.
games based on Funko Pops. There's board games. I don't know if they'd be tabletop. And then mini Funko Pops, smaller ones. But yeah, there are Funko Pop board games for sure.
Pretty cool.
There's Funko Pop everything, right?
Yeah. Are there Funko Pop video games?
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
It
Needle
would-
No, there is.
Let's
They
see.
Fuck
exist.
out of my index finger while working on a
Shit.
bloody land spit. Oh. So for the does anyone do good? Yeah, I'm sure there are good custom Funko Pops. So Shed has a
I
good.
hate Funko Pop. Sorry, I think that's a whole topic for an entire stream.
We
Let's
could
talk
do an
about it.
entire
Yeah.
stream,
Yeah.
on Funko Pops.
It's not that I hate them. I just
They're just boring.
It's-
They're really
Yeah.
boring.
They've got their place.
I
Only
never.
because the
They
company
They got their
just did a
place
lot
for
of,
normies. Because they're boring.
Oh,
and I've heard
So
too
mean.
too many industry aggressive tactics on their behalf at shows and things like that, which may be unfounded rumors, but still never nice to hear. You know,
Well, when they first started, they did a lot of stuff, so to really push into the
Yes.
industry. And well, they've been around for a very long time as a company.
Yeah.
Was it Mind? Can't remember what they were originally.
They were doing bobbleheads, weren't they?
yeah. Part
Does
of
but,
why they do bobbleheads is because of licensing stuff. In that some of them, I think the Marvel ones more specifically, have to be bobbleheads because they can't be figures, even if they're vinyl, like chibi figures. They can't be figures because like Hasbro on the licenses for like Marvel figures. So that's why they do a lot of bobbleheads. Some brands they don't have the bobblehead feature. They've got like a twisty head, for different IPs and things like that. But
Yeah.
for some other brands specifically, they have to have bobbleheads because they don't have the license to make figures. And if it's got articulation,
That's why a lot
you
of-
just head swivel.
I see.
What were we saying, Shane?
I was just agreeing with that. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of when you deal with IP. That's why sometimes you may love a series, and all you can get is like, a bobblehead because
Yeah.
that's all they can actually make off their license.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Sad.
What would be the worst Funko Pop that doesn't exist? What do you mean? Okay, so as in like,
Okay.
Pop made entirely out of rotten meat.
frog cake Funko Pop.
No, that would be awesome.
It actually kind of would be. It actually would
especially
be.
if they have to buy the license off Shane.
But imagine it's under the Christmas tree and like it gets put there like 3 days before Christmas.
Worst license.
I reckon, Shane, you could just super glue one of your toys on the body of a Funko Pop.
What would be the worst
Yeah, so it's
license?
good enough.
The worst.
The worst.
That's a good question.
Dan
worst
Andrews.
one
Is there
already
is there
No,
is there
there's
a Dan
political.
Andrews?
No, there isn't a Dan Andrews one. There's not
There should
Australian
be.
political ones, but there are lots of like politician ones. So I feel like
sure there
politics is out because it exists.
Okay.
Like worst as in like just like kind of least commercial appeal, like Better Homes and Gardens. Like that.
Oh,
Moaning Hazelhurst.
Sunrise
Koshi.
commenters.
Koshi.
Oh, no.
Koshi. Oh, Koshi Funko Pop.
Bill Cosby.
Someone's got a custom.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
That's gonna happen,
Sometimes
right?
it's the placement. Like when the Twin
What's
Peaks
it, man?
Funko Pops came out,
Oh my god.
like I found the Twin
Pauline
Peaks one
Hanson
in
Funko Pop?
Kmart in the kids section, and it's got Laura Palmer wrapped up in.
Wrapped in plastic.
Like, it's a dead teenage girl that was raped and murdered, and it's in the toy section. I don't think that's appropriate for kids.
No.
I mean, kids don't know. They don't know.
Until
No,
they
they
go
don't
on,
need
like,
to know. But like, why would you even get Twin Peaks toys?
Callum.
oh my
Alright,
God.
sorry. Callum's in chat. Sorry, Callum's
Worst
one of my very good friends.
Funko Pop would be a Pauline Hanson Funko Pop.
Oh fuck yeah! Apparently, Pauline Hanson's going to be in some cartoon. I learnt about it a couple days ago.
Right.
They have to be in a cartoon.
She's in some like cartoon production.
She
yeah.
already is a fucking cartoon, dude.
No, but like some like production Melbourne-based, Abbotsford-based production company have like they're paying her to do like voice acting as herself or something in a
Wow.
cartoon.
Why?
Like it's not like a parody
why,
of her.
Why
She's
fucking
in
encourage
it.
her? Why encourage shit people?
Why would that be real her?
Oh, let's not.
Why
let's-
real her?
Anyways,
She
yes.
doesn't need more of a platform.
Yeah, let's not give
Callum.
her this.
So, Did you ever have the frog? Because it comes from Adelaide originally, or somewhat from Adelaide originally as well. Did you ever have the frog cake? Where's it from, Shane?
Adelaide, from Balfours.
It's Adelaide.
But like, what's the store called?
Balfours.
Balfours. Third trimester, the Funko. Oh, Jesus. We're going there, are we?
Yeah.
Did you have it? Did you have the cake? The frog cake?
Does this mean that we're going to all have to eat this frog cake when we get to Adelaide, guys?
Yes.
Shane, you could sort us out, okay?
Frogs. We must have frothy.
Yes.
And just before I eat the frog cake, somebody also sort me out just to, like, half an ounce or something so that I can, prepare myself for eating it.
It's Adelaide. You can literally smoke the sleep.
Oh, decriminalised.
What?
Yeah.
Frog
Sorry?
cakes.
Oh, frog cakes have been decriminalised.
Is weed decriminalised in...
I think so.
I know it was Canberra.
Yeah.
Well, how are politicians supposed to get their fix?
Yeah. So they all live in Adelaide now.
Yeah.
Oh no,
on the weekend.
we've always had this weird, interesting 3 plant kind of rule thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's changed.
It has
I
changed.
don't know. I don't keep. Yeah, I think it might have changed in the 90s, for all I know.
When I was growing up there, we had friends who would always keep their own plants. They had like 4 plants, 3 times the width of me, and definitely 2 times my height. And they would like just put up all their buds in vacuum sealed jars for the winter and do like 1 crop a year or 1 crop every 6 months.
That's cool. Rachie, just on the Adelaide thing, are you going to go to Adelaide?
I haven't heard about it until tonight.
Oh, okay. We're doing a show for Fringe. Oh, you're not on the Discord. Yeah, February.
Yeah, I don't think Chipped has heard about it either.
When in February?
There's dates now, so I think
Okay.
we'll get it and
friend
post it.
Betty Jane always wants me to go for Fringe, so she'll be very happy.
Okay, all right. We should find a wall to paint.
Yeah,
Shane, help us find some walls, Shane.
So down to paint a wall.
Yeah, I want to paint a wall, man.
And if anybody wants to road trip with me in my van,
I would definitely be down for the road
want
trip.
to-
I'll fly to Melbourne and road trip with you.
Absolutely, I'll road trip with you, Rachie.
Chunk Funkos already, Callum. Road tripping with you to
like
Sydney
that,
was great,
like
Rachie.
oh, what's that?
Road tripping to
absolutely
Sydney
road
with you is great.
Yeah, it was good fun.
I'll absolutely road trip.
Did you know that it's nearly 2 years to the day that we had that show in Sydney, that we're going to have this show, because it was the 15th of November,
Oh, that's cool.
19.
Pretty cool.
I mean, this one the 19th of November, 2021. That's how long it's
Quality
taken to
comeback.
be able to have a show again.
Wow.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be there. I'm so excited about this little frog I'm making as well. It's turning out so well. I'm pretty much finished. This will be the first
Okay, show us, because we're into that time now. So
well, once again, I've started the first stream 10 streams ago or 9 streams ago or so, making this dryad. It was fun, and I thought that I would make some companion pieces to this.
she's looking great.
She's finished. This is one of the casts. This is the cast that's been just painted up with a blue wash. Speaking of blue washes, this is blue wash on a green resin. So it doesn't look like somebody spilled ink all over it, but for Santa's reference. And then I just so far I've made this little frog guardian tonight. It's got a little bell.
Oh, that's awesome, Herbie.
That's cool.
I started it
good
just
progress.
as we started the stream.
Oh, you got the form perfect, dude.
Yeah,
it's like a
that's
grung. What are they called? In
Frogs.
D&D?
Frogs.
Grung.
Grung. The grungs. Yeah, the grungs.
Yeah. So it's I've been drawing a bunch of grungs lately for the Dungeons and Dragons online free-to-play campaign that is 3 sessions and open to beginners and experienced players through the Arcanicon or Arc Online or Australian Role-Playing Community Discord. You can look them up. I'll pop a link in the chat, which starts next weekend. Registration is currently open for my originally written game, Goblins of Zarth. Come play the game. Registration is open for anyone.
There's another arc. I really enjoyed the last one.
Role-playing community. Yeah, like the last one that ran was Fletch played in
Yeah.
and enjoyed.
So much fun.
And this one is the full three episode story, but you don't have to play all the episodes. Each story is self-contained.
Hold up. OBS is disconnected.
How long do they go for?
3 hours each. Or they stay within like a 3-hour window, but they'll go for about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Sorry, one sec, guys. Are we still live? Someone in chat? Can someone in chat tell me we're live?
Now, you just stopped now.
What the fuck?
It just dropped. Well, good thing.
That was very weird. It literally just went.
Facebook's still going?
Yeah, that's through me, so maybe it's
also,
your connection.
Going.
I've just
but yes, if anyone's interested, I'll drop the link in. We did, yes, Shed Quarters, we are, but that's all right. We should be back any second. I'm going to have to close mine down.
We did such a good... To be fair...
We did good. No technical issues.
We got a very long way in without a crash on my end.
I know. Yeah.
We back. Thanks, Shed. Damn. Like, that was
really good.
Yeah. I mean, to make that far without a crash. Did you do something, Fletch? Did you change camera or something?
I didn't touch anything.
All right.
Not me this time.
All right. I believe you.
But yes, that's happening next weekend.
My stream is because my Skype's not working at all.
I'm very excited for it. Very excited for everything. Very excited right now. You can probably tell. That's me. That's what I've been doing today. I think, like I said, first stream. I think I've pretty much finished this guy.
Excellent, man.
That's good.
Yeah, I wish I got something to make while I was doing this, but
next time,
I was happy watching everybody do their thing.
There's always next time, man.
I've got heaps. Yeah, got a lot of stuff to make.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, well, I was just thinking it'd be really good to kind of make stuff like dedicated time. It's like make it, listen to everybody.
Yeah,
that's good inspiration back and forth.
That's actually for all of us. For all of us, that's been really good. Like we now know that on Monday nights, like we're going to get some work done.
Yeah, I always work better around people anyway.
Yeah,
I get a little distracted, but that's fine. I still have fun hanging out with everyone.
Yeah, it's all right. So, what have you worked on tonight, Rachie? Show us. The fruits of your.
I guess this has been evolving from you guys chatting away because it turned into a little. Hang on. So I've done these legs. I just made these legs right then.
Oh wow!
And then I'm just gonna bake them, and then this little guy will be on the top.
Oh, that's so good.
I love it, and the colours are perfect too.
Yeah, so that's been really fun because
So what did you make it out of?
New and happened today. It's not 2 years old.
Yeah.
What are the legs? What are the legs made from?
So cool.
This is just polymer clay that I had.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Just cheap polymer clay.
That's
so
cool.
I usually don't like using color because like you can't get it perfect when you're molding it with blending different colors together. But I'm just going with the randomness of it. It's fine.
Oh, it worked out awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
I love it. That could be a whole series with these things with the legs. Tripod. You should do a tripod as well.
I've been umming and ahhing on the legs for ages, and I ended up making these really weird legs. Like they're very strange. I prefer the long.
I like that there's different. I like that they've got different legs.
Yeah. Look, what I like about these kind of things is because they're completely unplanned, completely random, and they just kind of happen at the time. So, so thanks for the inspo, guys, because it's looking pretty cute.
Our pleasure. Thanks for joining us this time. It's always great to have you on, Rachie.
Yeah. I do struggle to get on some days, but...
Mr. Quiet in the corner, chipping away. What have you been doing tonight?
Who's that? Is that
Nick,
me?
you.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I've been all right. First of all, I've been
focused tonight, Nick. You've
Sorry?
been very focused. You've been very focused tonight.
Yeah, I've been worrying about logistics. So I've got all the mold plans with your idea of separating the head and body with the clay thing, and I realize I'll have to then do a second sort of pour to add more silicone to that area.
Yeah.
So that
silicone sticks to silicone. Yep,
yeah.
That's fine.
So I'm figuring out how big these molds are, and this is literally 1-to-1 what they're going to be, I think.
Okay.
And then I need to figure out the accompanying artwork. So one of the things I do is I use these I use little boxes to thumbnail storyboards when I'm teaching my students animation, but I turn it on its side to figure out any kind of like artwork layout. So I'm thinking of drawing a poster of the 4 characters and having that as the promotional artwork.
That's cool.
And I've been just putting all that together.
So you're gonna put them in baggies with a header card?
Yeah, that's all I can really do. Honestly, yeah. If it works out, that is. And the other thing that I might do is make these little fetuses that you saw me upload on the Discord.
Oh,
I love those.
Cool. I love them.
I love them.
I will swap one for dice charms.
Oh, cool! Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Very cool, man.
Nice.
Thanks.
Sam, you've been super quiet. What have you been turning away at night?
Lots of ink, which is good. I've got actually a fair bit done, but you guys talking about kind of like old figures that were sort of half done, laying around. I had a similar thought as well. Like I've got this box of things that I've just kind of half made. So the torch. So I just started finishing off this dude's hair, which I'm not really that convinced on because I don't want it to be taken as like a Joker kind of thing. But it will be mainly kind of red, but some little kind of silver details and.
He looks like Biff from Back to the Future.
You know what I only just learned is that Michael Myers mask is a William Shatner mask.
Yeah.
I only learned that like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's wild. And then a whole bunch of like these wash kind of Frankenstalkers, which will be at the show as well.
Oh, saving one of them pink and purple ones, baby.
I reckon I'm going to try and crank out some more. They're actually been pretty good. I just need to articulate them. I ran into magnets, so I couldn't actually do any of the articulation. So I'm going to pull them apart, sink the magnets, and then I reckon I'll do another batch because they're pretty quick. And I don't want to just kind of get bogged down in just like painting little things. I want to have a nice little batch of them.
Yeah, that's
me.
such a good colorway.
Thanks, man.
Right up my alley.
Very cool.
There's a spot for it on my shelf next to some pink and purple Sofubi.
And look, Fletch, have you already gone?
No, I'm still here, but I don't really have anything to show. But I will say, I now have cleaned all of these off, and I can now paint them. So
That's exciting.
yeah, they're all cleaned off now. They're sanded. I've only got 8 of these, to be honest, because that's how many I got before I ran out of resin. And I only got new resin last week, and then I don't know. I think eight's enough for the moment. I'll do 8.
What resin are
8
you using there for those?
So this is from Solid Solutions, and I found the resin from Solid Solutions acting really weird at the moment. If you do small pieces, it's kind of coming out half clear, which is really weird. But if you do big pieces, it comes out pure white.
That's a ratio thing, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a ratio thing. So, but yeah, it's
I've got it. I reckon chuck them in the oven on a low heat. See if that cures them further.
Yeah, cures them up.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be okay. I can't really show these yet, but this is the example of. I mean, it's cured. It's solid. I don't think it's sweating either. So,
But is it kind of soft?
I'll give you a really quick sneak peek. Okay, so I've been doing a little testing stuff for Quicks. So this is that, but this is one of the prototypes of the clears that I'm going to work on.
Wow. That's hot.
Yeah. So just doing. I've been working on a bit of that tonight.
Did you pressure cast that?
No, that one, the clear.
Yeah.
Clear, yes. So, but I wanted to do both. I wanted to be able to work out a casting with just drop casting. So you can see, like, I actually added a well in the bottom of the feet here for the pressure casting.
Okay.
Right, so there's a well on the bottom because when you pressure cast stuff, you always get that.
You get less, yeah.
Yeah, less. So I put an actual well, but I actually wanted to design it so that it could be drop cast and it could be pressure cast as well. So just going to test a few resins and probably make maybe maybe six to 8 molds of each one, so that can do them in. Anyways, that's just other stuff that I've been working on the side. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I can prime these and paint these up now. So I'll do 8 for this show, and then each one will be uniquely and independently painted in different color schemes, kind of like these, because that's how I roll. I don't really like doing a single color scheme for every single toy. I have more fun when I'm painting, because I don't really enjoy painting toys a hell of a lot yet. I like painting them more
I'm going to be in
differently.
on that learning about paints, I think, as well. Cause,
Yeah.
These crappy model paints, and I use acrylic, and some of it's chipping off, and I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, it'd be great to get that right. I'm having to repaint things that I've painted 3 times already. It's just
I think that's something that I really like about the "this is not a toy scene" thing, is that everyone's super enthusiastic about learning things they're not confident about.
And everybody's
no one
willing to teach
pretends they
each
know
other
everything.
as well.
Yeah.
Because in other scenes I've been in, especially graffiti, street art scene, like there was a lot of holding on to your techniques and
It's
just
fucking stupid.
this is my thing.
I hate that shit.
do this and I can't teach you, and I really didn't like that. Like,
Yeah.
we're all doing the same thing. Why can't we just share information? It's not a big deal.
Yeah. No,
I think that's
totally
one of my
agree.
favorite things about it.
Yeah.
Andrew, did you work on some stuff tonight?
I am working on my mini leech ent. Just sort of, it's just like roughed out. I've got, the basic form. I've
How
made
are you going to do all the tentacle bits?
the
How are you
little
gonna sculpt
ones.
those?
I've got lots of tiny little worms that I'll stick on.
Okay.
Which will just sort of go.
What are you sculpting?
What are
Is that
you
monster clay?
using,
Monster
Andrew?
clay, yeah.
And what are you using? Monster clay?
Monster clay.
Would you have use for this? Because I don't ever use it, because I usually use epoxy sculpt, but it's one of those little...
Just stick lots of little worms on it like that.
It makes you compress it. It's got a whole bunch of
that's
plates,
awesome, that thing.
and then you compress it
that'd
down.
probably be pretty good for this little guy.
Do you want it? Because I'll never use it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't use Sculpey or Monster clay or anything. So
if you're not using
and
it,
I tried to use it with epoxy sculpt and fail. It's set inside there, and it took ages to get it out. So
I love
it's not-
Sculpey so much.
These little guys are. You can
Cannot-
laser cut little guys to these
Yeah,
as well.
But it's a cool tool. I just never use it.
um,
Anyway, so that mini leech ent's going to look awesome. You're going to put them on carts.
maybe. I mean, if it fits, I haven't it's really rough at the moment, really rough. So, but I'd probably maybe, but also I'd probably do it in that same kind of way like I did with the hang on one sec. Some of the Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
What? Sorry?
So there's this one. Colors are nice, and then there's a stormtrooper that kind of matches the colors in this book, and it's inside it's cut into the book.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
the classic.
The classic, classic
Yes, no,
book
maybe
cut.
style.
Yeah.
And then this one, which is a silver stormtrooper, as the Silver Surfer on this Silver Surfer comic. I can't believe. Look, this wasn't very expensive, and it didn't sell at the last show, which I was quite surprised by. I'm like, what? Who doesn't want this Silver Surfer comic with a big hole in it?
Just because
And
it didn't sell in that show doesn't mean it won't sell on the next show.
Oh no, I wasn't worried because I really like it.
I know.
But it will go in the next.
I think it's cool.
It will be at the next show. But yeah, it's just sort of. I'll probably end up doing that kind of thing with the lead chant, very DIY, kind of random backings and stuff.
I still want a mini leech ent. We'll totally trade for something.
If I get it done in time, we've got 2 weeks, so hopefully I can get it done in time, but we'll see.
I fully encourage you because I have all these great toys that I'm making, and I would trade.
Oh, there's always trades, isn't there?
We've traded before, and we'll trade again.
Oh.
Because I don't want to put any ghost dogs in this show, because I'm saving those for the other show that I've done a really terrible job of promoting.
How did the Halloween show go?
It's online at the moment, and again, I've just been done my life admin is pretty bad at the moment. So I haven't been really good at I haven't posted anything about it on Instagram at the moment.
You did a Halloween show?
I was involved in a Halloween show. It's going to be happening physically, the physical show's in December, but it's online now. Let me find it. Let me see if I find the link. I have to jump into my emails. I've been meaning to post about it for weeks, and I just haven't because brain stuff.
While you're looking for that, Shane, I know you haven't been working on anything, but is there anything that you want to? I don't know. Anything you're working on, or anything that you're excited about, or anything like that that's coming up, or just general comments.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get making again. That's probably where, that's all I'm trying to lead towards right now. It's I'm setting up my space here slowly. I'm not trying to rush into it. But basically, last year, a bit of a burnout. I wouldn't say burnout. It's just, a lot of stuff got cancelled continuously.
Yeah.
So it's just 2020 was a pretty big lineup year for me. And then when everything getting cancelled internationally, kind of pulls it back. But talking about life admin, I'm moving house. I'm also trying to buy a house at the moment, which is
Sounds
crazy.
Adulting hard. Yeah.
Don't envy you.
Yeah, so last year I did open up a physical store in Adelaide for a little bit.
Yeah, that was cool.
So that was fun,
but sad.
Yeah,
but...
it was. A lot of people are like, that business didn't go so well. It's well, I couldn't really have a business, so I kind of focused it being a project overall. That was great, but that was the hardest thing. Fully setting up a space that I was going to be able to work in, have a studio space that was just mine. I built the walls and everything. Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm excited about building up this space. It's just a garage, it's simple enough. It's just going to be me.
Yep. That's all I've done here. This is just my garage.
It's great. So the best thing about having a space just for me, I don't have to worry about health and safety and that type of stuff, and worrying about fumes going out, into the streets next to restaurants and things like that, and having council approval and all that. But yeah, and I've got heaps of resin to work with, so hopefully that's not all completely dead. But I'm very excited to potentially just make and actually potentially try to set it some time every week and make anything.
When you get your stuff all set up and you're ready to start making, come back in the stream and hang with us one night and do some work.
Yeah, even if I just watch it.
We'll all be around.
It was great having you on. It was really good to catch up too, man.
Yeah. No, it's good to kind of just chill on here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for pulling me in.
Anytime, man.
Thanks, Wedge.
Anytime. So is that everybody?
I think so.
Are we gonna come into the goodbyes now?
So long. Farewell. It's been awesome.
Am I reminded to take the rubbish out? Yeah.
You just reminded me to take the rubbish out.
It's rubbish night. It's rubbish night, guys.
Live from Sensorium in Preston. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, we need to have a meeting about that online, about the logistics.
Yeah, and let's talk about setting up Andrew for the live stream on this Sunday.
I might go through on stream, and so guys, feel free to come and watch some of this this exhibition.
I'll come and tune in.
Ghost Schools and Boo.
I'll come and tune in.
Ghost Schools Boo.
As always, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to hang, and I'm looking forward to. This means that the next one we're doing is actually going to be the live one, right?
And it'll be next week. The actual show.
Shit.
In the show, yeah.
Amazing.
The show's next week. Crazy.
Oh yeah, next Friday.
Shit, so. Yes.
It's really 2 weeks though, if you think
2
about
weeks,
it.
This is not. I don't know if this will be done by then.
I got to get painting, man. I got to get painting.
This 8 nights ahead. That's
I'm so excited.
Just Don't cut yourself and end up in hospital. Don't cut yourself.
True.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll learn Japanese before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
All right, guys.
You already had
All right. Well, yeah. I'll goodbye, everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this Ghouls, Ghost and Boo, Ghost Ghouls and Boo thing. On the webpage and kind of just have a look through that stuff. So feel free to come and jump on that and have a look. But yeah, nice to see you all. I'm going to jump off Skype, and yeah, it's been a fun night.
Okay.
So good.
See you guys. See you,
Thanks,
everybody.
gang.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks
guys.
for joining us, Shane.
Yeah, no,
Bye.
thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. See ya.